Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Stallion Speaks. And I'm telling you guys, it's nice to be back at 8 o'clock. I'm not fighting any NFL this week, but next week I got the Super Bowl. So we're going to have a different show, probably go maybe Monday or Saturday. I haven't decided yet. But that being said, though, I'm excited as can be just to be able to entertain you guys. And a lot's been going on with the Canes, a lot going on. We got to talk about the schedule drop last Monday like we said it would. Already see the chat boxes already hopping. Miss Ellen V's in the house. Yo. So let me go on ahead and how are you, my dear? Thank you for tuning in and always appreciate your love and support always. And you are so feisty and so spot on with your comments. I'm telling you, we've got to hold Dimples accountable because when we talk about how fire this offense could be, I mean, the pieces are there to have a special season where we just run over people. I mean, literally. And I'm not just saying the old, slog path, ball control. I'm talking, bam, knock their ass out, right away. But that being said, though, before we get started, I want to thank everybody that tunes in and supports this channel. We have now 192 subscribers. I would love to get over to 200 subscribers, over 20,000 views. Keep punching that like button and sharing our cause so we can join others to share it, please. I'm telling you guys, it really does something for the algorithms. This show alone now is in episode 16 and has almost garnered 3,000 views just by itself. And that's because of your love and support. So thank you to each and every one of you guys. Also, as always, the views of this and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization. These are solely the Italian Stallion's views, as well as his guest co-host and any of the audience members that come on. Speaking of the audience members, I will be putting the link here out shortly to give you all the 5 minutes to come on and speak your piece. That's what this show's all about. You don't have to apologize for how you feel. These are your opinions. And let me just tell you this, you got to get that passion out somewhere. You shouldn't have to apologize for how you feel about something, and you've got to hold things accountable. That is what my little thing for the week is, honestly. And I'll tell you this, people that you support, people that you love, honestly, that you've given, if they can't even go all in on you for just a favor or something like that and say something like, I guess, or what have you, the hell with them. Honestly, they were never your friend in the first place when you've sold out for them multiple times and no questions asked. But that being said, though, just remember just to hit that like button and share us. Also, if you are a fan of this show, definitely check out the other shows. Big Game, Kerry Reed's The KR Big Game Show, Tuesday night, episode 2 at 8 o'clock. Tune in for his, talk about a knowledgeable guy that has so much knowledge that he brings to the table. Definitely check his show out. Pilot episode was last week, brings a lot of knowledge to it. I'm sure he'll be covering the Super Bowl more in depth. We're going to be bringing on guests to talk about what he wants to talk about. And also Wednesday night, the OG show, Joining the Cause. Tune in at 9:30 for Rebels with a Cause. We got a fire new intro, and by here in the next few months, we're going to provide you with a show each and every night on this channel with different personalities to entertain you, and it's everybody's cup of tea, honestly. So I just want that out there. That being said, though, I want to talk about the Reptile Boys because this this show is entitled "The Bunch of Reptile Boys." And what am I referring to a reptile boy? I'm talking about something that just I'm not a fan of reptiles. If you like them, great or whatever, but they make your skin crawl, and it's because they're just such shady pieces of shit, each and every one of them. And then they say something so stupid that it makes you even make your skin crawl, and you almost tasted it so bad. And they're just horrible. They're just awful people. And the thing is that they are unfortunately in positions of power that make them feel that they are the is-all that ends all. And it's not that at all. I mean, they're just buffoons in the different positions. And we're going to highlight each and every one of them as we go very quickly. That being said, absolutely, laugh out loud. Yes, Dimples. I got that name from Jordan Harris. Yeah, I mean, and let me tell you something. He looked like Dimples on an ass at times with some of his play calling. I mean, we loved him sometimes, and other times it was just like, really? You're getting paid this much to screw this up? I mean, my God, I could have called a better game in the national title. And now you've given him all these pieces. We're going to talk about that. I mean, you got to do something better, man. Come on. So, but that being said, though, but who are these wonderful, wonderful reptiles that I'm talking about? Well, first and foremost, I'll introduce you to them. As far as you know, you've seen this guy several times. He's a friend of the show in more ways than I can count because of his buffoonery. And the fact that he's paid millions of dollars to be our ACC commissioner is absolutely laughable. Here he is, number one, Dr. Jim Jackass Phillips. There he is right there. The guy that basically almost screwed Miami and didn't do anything to make sure that Miami got into the playoffs. But at least Miami did what they did with the playoffs. And here he is with that stupid Notre Dame grin. We all know who he really is all about. And I'm going to tell you this. He managed to outdo himself this week because whether it was him or the other jackasses there in Charlotte that run this pathetic conference, I like to call them the bitches of Charlotte and the bitches of the ACC. I'm telling you, it's so sad. And the schedule that they put out for Miami was so bad that I almost had to laugh. And we'll talk about that too when we get to it. We really will. Because at the end of the day, this guy right here doesn't understand how to market football. Basketball can even be questioned at times as well. But the truth of the matter is that this jackass right here decided to put their brand name of a championship game at noon on Championship Saturday. I mean, here you had the prime time spot. You're on the marquee network. Let Fox have the Big Ten or the NBC or CBS because they're rotating that, and maybe you get a good game. Last year you had a shit game, but that was your fault by not putting Miami and must-see TV. And if anybody wants to debate me on the TV ratings, why don't you check out all of Miami's games during this playoff run? Hell, even some of the ones in the regular season were must-see TV because we're loved, we're hated. Everybody wants to see us lose that's not a fan of us. And the truth of the matter is that this guy is the main reason why you had a shit game when he could have told Duke to kick rocks. We did that ourselves by taking two of their players, but we'll get to them in a second. But the truth of the matter is this motherfucker right here is one of the worst commissioners I've ever seen, and he just continues to make blunders. It's almost like he is subconsciously sabotaging this conference every week with something new. He tries to take credit for things that he doesn't do. He tried to take credit for Cooper Flagg and Cam Ward being number one picks because he just happened to be ACC commissioner during that watch. Those are on his list of accomplishments if you go on the ACC page. It's pathetic. Those guys could have been 10 years ago, and it could have been a different name. And you're taking credit because they just happened to play at Miami and Duke respectively in their sports and basically were the number one picks and have balled out in their respective sports and not been a disappointment? The hell out of here. You're such a joke. And then you take the 8 o'clock game that you've been gift wrapped and you put it at noon. Noon, I tell you. I mean, who cares? And the Big 12 does one better. They go on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Why do I bring up Friday night? You just put your brand, who just represented you in the national championship 3 times on Friday nights during the season. 3 times. Should be ashamed of yourself. You don't want the brand on Saturday? I mean, wow. I guess you just given up and just let it take it in the ass and let the Big Ten and the SEC have Saturdays. We'll ball for Fridays. I mean, that's the ACC motto right there. It's absolutely pathetic. This piece of shit right here. And let me tell you something. I'm going to highlight him every week until he is firmly removed from the office of the ACC commissionership because anybody would be doing a better job with that position and the millions of dollars it pays because this guy doesn't understand marketing. This guy doesn't understand football. This guy doesn't understand anything. And he is an idiot that is in a position of power and deserves to be called out for it. He sucks. Next person on the list, and not to be outdone by him, was former coaches that actually believe that they have a broadcasting career because they just couldn't make it and win the big one. Sure, they won a conference championship here and there and stuff, but let me introduce you all to Bruce Fuckface Pearl. There he is right there, everybody, and he has that name for a reason because he loved many co-eds to sit on that nose while he was at UT. And I'll give you another one, too. His wife left him when all this shenanigans was going on, and she actually used the divorce money to open up a beauty shop that basically was alimonies or something like that. I mean, this guy, I can't stand him. And you know what he did to your boy while I was an up-and-coming broadcaster at UT or what have you? I didn't know the actual rules because nobody actually told us that we needed to get permission from the SID office. Sure, you had a camera and you could go in there, but I didn't know that I had to get permission to speak to him because I saw Channel 6, I saw Channel 10, I saw Channel 8, all each get a few minutes with him. And sure enough, here I am on Campus Channel asking just for one time just to get an interview with him. And you would have thought that I basically was spoiling the game plan. They still happened to lose that day to Alabama in his first season at UT. I laughed my ass off after the fact. And the fact is that this son of a bitch right here made this 21-year-old up-and-coming broadcaster feel this small and wouldn't let me have access to the men's basketball team the rest of the season. Pat Head Summit, one of the greatest coaches of all time, whether you like women's basketball or not, she did me right. And even when I was at Channel 10, I never gave this son of a bitch the satisfaction. I always wanted to do Pat Summit because that was a worthy champion, not this guy right here. And don't let him fool you. And the comments that he made yesterday, it just shows what a moron he really is. Because yesterday, he actually had the audacity, and I'm not a fan of this team by any means, but I'm going to call when you're good, you're good. He actually had the balls to say that Duke basketball is not in the league of an Arizona, a Michigan, or a Connecticut. Well, I just saw them whip Louisville's ass by 30-something points on Monday night. And I'm looking at it, and they have 9 quad 1 wins. They're 20-1. There was some insane stat while I was watching their game yesterday against Virginia Tech, where they actually have won 32 out of the last 33 ACC games. I mean, I think that means you belong in the top 4. And if it wasn't for them missing free throws and blowing another 15-point lead, they would have been possibly defending national champions and actually undefeated themselves right now. There's a reason you're not at Auburn, asshole. There's a reason why you could never win the big game. And at the end of the day, motherfucker, I did curse you. And I do want this to be known. You and I have the exact same number of national championships coaching basketball. And guess what? I like that. 0 for you. Stay in the booth. But at the same time, maybe you shouldn't because you don't even know how to call that shit correctly. To even make it even more funny, real quick, let's highlight his son, who he actually promoted. This guy right here. Look at that look on his face. Let me tell you what this mama's boy did a couple days ago. Before the game of coming back to Tennessee, he's coaching at Auburn now. You know, daddy had to help him with that, you know. But anyway, this guy right here talks about, oh man, I met my wife at UT. I met half my groomsmen there. Oh, you know, I got my degree there. In fact, if it wasn't for UT, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now. But then at the same breath, this son of a bitch right here literally actually has the balls to cry about that he never got his Letterman jacket when he was a walk-on at UT because he played some varsity minutes. And then he's also like, well, because they fired our asses. Newsflash, you fucked up. Your dad did. He lied about the kid, whether the guy turned out to be a great prospect or not, at a barbecue when it wasn't legal back then, and he got fired. And it was for show cause reason. Okay, he could have come back. He chose to do the Auburn job, just like you did. They would have taken you back in a heartbeat. And you're going to still hold that ridiculousness. I mean, honestly, I laughed my ass off that Tennessee beat you guys last night. I wish it would have been by 25 if I could have had a score on it, honestly. This guy lasts more than a year. I'll laugh my ass off, honestly. Auburn, you got the money. Get rid of this family once and for all. And last but not least, to top it all off of everybody, I mean, just buffoonery, was next to Bruce Pearl yesterday, was Jamal Mashburn. This guy right here has not gotten over the shot of Christian Laettner and the 92 Blue Devils and Kentucky Classic game that they've done numerous documentaries, everything on. But I laughed my ass off about it because this guy had the audacity yesterday to say that Cooper Flagg didn't belong and he with the top echelon of the freshmen of this year, and he would put him at 6th. Meanwhile, all Cooper Flagg did was score 49 points in a game against the Hornets. I know it was the Hornets, but still, to score 49 points, that's pretty impressive. And he also followed it up with another 30-point double-double game against the Rockets, who is actually a playoff team that's currently fourth in the seedings if the NBA playoffs were to start today. What I laugh my ass off the most about is if you're really paying attention, Jamal, you would realize that Cooper was a part of their class. In fact, he actually schooled each and every one of them, with the exception of AJ, because AJ was actually the class below him, and AJ reclassified himself. But that being said, Cooper Flagg was on the Team USA Select and held his own against pros before he even played a game of basketball at Duke. The guy reclassified because he was killing everybody. So before you put your Duke hate and everything out there, listen, again, not defending the team. I'm defending talent and players. And don't make an asinine comment like that, especially when he plays for the Mavericks. And just think what he'll do when he wasn't put in the position that he was to play a position he's not accustomed to when Kyrie Irving comes back. I mean, my God, dude, you should just take your Miami Heat NBA championship and be glad you got that. Honestly, dude, just go to hell, go the way of the hell. Honestly, it's just ridiculous. But that being said, let's catch that chat box up. Being said, let's talk about these Canes, baby, because that's what everybody's here for. So, yep. But anyway, there's Eric Carroll in the house. What's up? There's my guy, Pat Kimmel. You damn right, man. The fire, the passion, cigars around, baby. Got to smoke them Cubans. Kerry Reeves in the house. So, yeah, he is a douchebag, Kerry. He is. And that guy deserved everything that happened to him, and I cursed him. And I'm telling you, because you shouldn't have done that to a kid. I even apologized. I wrote a letter. It wasn't good enough for him. He had to flex his muscle. I bet if I was a blonde with big tits, I sure would have gotten a second chance, wouldn't I, old Bruce? You know, honestly. But that being said, but let's talk about them Canes, baby. Big news last week. We knew it was coming. Duke was being little babies about it, and we had to call them out. Listen, Darian Mensah made a business decision. He wanted to go and try to get drafted. He gave a fire interview. He had a good time at Duke. He appreciated his time there, but he wants to win a national title. He got as everything he could out of Duke. He got them to a ACC championship in one, a bowl game in one. I mean, and yet they still inexplicably lost to teams they had no business losing to. And whether that's Manuel Diaz or whatever, and their other shortcomings, is beyond me. But he wanted to come to play for Miami because he saw what Cam Ward did. He even has worked out with Cam Ward, from what I understand. We did it legally through the proper channels. A third party reached out to his representative, and he decided to come back to the fold and wanted to come to Miami. Duke, on the other hand, wants to be little babies about the whole situation and try to hold him hostage. Meanwhile, his best favorite target, one of the most solid players I've seen in Cooper Barkate, wants to come as well. He had no problem entering the portal, but it was Mensah that they were holding. We came to some settlement. The guys were in town with Malachi Tony, Edger and James, and a couple of other of the big brass. They went to Prime 112, and just like Cam Ward 2 years ago, they're Canes. They're ready to rock and roll. And now this offense has the firepower necessary to really just give college football notice. With Mensah at quarterback, you've got Malachi Tony, you've got Barkate. You got this Vaughn kid coming in. You got the other kid coming in from South Carolina. Not to mention you bring back Josh Moore. You bring in Wingo as well as Mirren, two recruits that you're really excited about. You also have Elijah Lofton coming back, who was a big miss in that national championship game, and some other young promising tight ends that are probably not game ready yet, but they're in the fold, okay? Then you have all of your running backs coming back. Fletcher, Brown, Jordan Lyle, who didn't even get to see this year, Pringle, who flashed at times, and then you're bringing in just a touchdown-making machine in Javion Mallory. And it's just like, let's fucking go, guys. That's what it's all about. And this offense right now, and I'd love to hear what the chat has to think about it. And of course, I am going to put that link up here for those to join the show. But realistically, the offense last year that was limited, that we've talked about with Carson Beck, and the fact that you didn't have a deep threat, and you did have some injuries that you had to battle through, and the shortcomings that happened in some of the earlier recruiting classes. Despite all that, you had a solid offensive line, a solid running game that got you within a minute of possibly capturing the national title last year. And despite all of that, you averaged 32 points a game. Now you add another 1,000-yard receiver to go with Tony, who catches everything. You've now got a deep threat with the kid from South Carolina, another solid guy with the West Virginia guy, the young up-and-comings. You get to see more of Josh Moore. And the truth of the matter is that these Canes looking like they are going for a quest for 6-26. And I'm saying that and I'm willing it into existence because it's going to damn happen where we are going to be in Vegas. And a year from now, we're going to be celebrating that. I will be smoking a cigar live on this damn show to talk about why I was right the whole time. The defense, on the other hand, has lost, obviously, Ruben Bain, Messador, a couple of other pieces. However, they averaged holding teams to 14 points. And even during the playoff run, they just had gotten even more spectacular. But if we can even make the decisions and make the holds at times that we can keep teams between 14 and maybe even 22 points. I went 20 there, but even 22. And this offense averages what I think it can, which is well over 40 points a game. Just looking at that schedule, I can't see why you can't do that, honestly. And if I'm wrong, I will be the first to admit it. But below are the guys coming in, and it's official. We have Barkate as well as Mensah coming on in here. We even got another offensive lineman, a transfer from Central Florida and ETSU. He's come on as well. So I'm not saying that he's going to be all world, but it's another depth position, and he's a big dude. College body ready, been in systems for 3 years, Jonathan Klein. So the thing is yes, we've lost some people, but I think that we've gotten people in here that if we can just get 5 guys to get it on the offensive line, that understand their assignments of run blocking, that can do the proper pass blocking, as well as not get stupid penalties downfield for being downfield, illegal man downfield, or holds, or anything of like that can negate these big plays, and they can just give 3 seconds to Mensah to do his magic back there, guys, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I just cannot think of why we can't do this year, honestly. And that being said, I am going to post the link so anybody can come on, and I will be more than happy to give you 5 minutes to talk about it, honestly, because realistically, I really believe that we have a solid team this year. And if you want to come on and talk about it with me, who you're most excited about, whether it is Mensah, whether it's one of the running backs, whether it's one of the receivers, definitely do so, honestly. Also, let's talk about that schedule, here's the link for anybody that wants to come on. But let's talk about that schedule. It was announced. The wonderful ACC, Dr. Jim Jackass Phillips. Honestly, there he is. He started us off sending us on the road trip out west to Stanford. I guess that we could be grateful that game is right at the beginning of the year on Labor Day weekend. But at the same time, it's like, wow, we have to go out there again. Wonderful, and it's like, I hate that from a standpoint that we know how the Cal game went, and it's going to be the first game. And then not only was it not even on a Saturday, you put us on a damn Friday night on a short week. And then you give us a Thursday game against FAMU. Who cares? And then the following week, you give us another ACC game on Friday nights. I mean, why? Why? I mean, is that something that you have worked out that you and ESPN are just going to put us on Friday nights now to try to screw us over because we've lost almost on Friday nights every time? Do you not understand your brand, Phillips? Honestly, it's become a damn joke is what it has. Honestly. And I'm just sick and tired of it. The schedule, I think Miami should be able to handle. But at the same time, why would you put the team that was just in the national title with all of the ratings that they had just generated, this revenue, this brand of football you were taking credit for when you didn't beforehand, you asshole, and you're going to put them on Friday nights? 3 times. 3 times. Twice in the first month. Then there's some game there against Virginia Tech at the end of the year, right before Thanksgiving, and it's like you got Duke, the homecoming game coming in. Not that they're going to be anything world beater, but you position that game and then a short week with Virginia Tech Friday night, right there at the end when you could be hoping that Miami is your ACC representative and you want them at Charlotte at noon inexplicably. I mean, it's just incredible how they did this schedule. The bye week is where it's at, right in the middle. There's only one this year, but it's right before the Florida State game. We don't know what they're going to bring. They look like ass, but that's what's the beauty about this, the way the football and basketball works now. A team might have been trash the year before, but if they made the right decisions, got the right quarterback, the right pieces, made the right hires, they could catch lightning in a bottle. You might be limping into it. And that bye week has not been kind to Miami. It is not. I like playing week by week, especially when this team is built for it. But that being said, I just am just baffled by the fact that you actually do not play your first game. The runner-up, national champion, could have been national champion, does not play on a Saturday until the end of the month against Central Michigan. And I don't even know if that shark fucker McElwain still coaches for them. I think that's who was there. I don't know if he was at Eastern Michigan or Western, I guess yo. But it doesn't matter. He's a shark fucker. And that's why the Gators fired him. Old McElwain with that spray tan. He looked like a buffoon. But I'm just saying that's going to be your first Saturday game. And then you got Clemson on the road the following week. Probably going to be a night game. Howard's Rock, that bus thing that they do. Man, we'll kick their ass, honestly. If this team rolls the way that we need to, it's been no favors by the ACC. And the fact that Mario even mentioned he hated Friday night games, I want to know which other ACC team got 3 fucking Friday night games. And again, if that's ESPN that wanted them on there because, we need to beef up our Friday nights. Well, fine. But Friday nights has always been for the high school kids. Honestly, I get that you have the games and you got to space them out in the TV contracts, and maybe not everybody likes high school football. But at the same time, what does that do for the kids in Miami? Are they just going to switch the games for Saturday? But then they're going to miss the other games. It's just inexplicable. 2 of them on the road. 1 of them I will be at. I will be at the Wake Forest game. So, but what's up? Chris Kane's in the house. Happy birthday, brother. The link is on for you to come on, man. Honestly, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this offense. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this schedule that the ACC blessed us with. They're so full of shit. They really are. I'm just over them. They don't understand how to market teams. Do you think that I'm going to take basketball, for example. Do you think Duke and Carolina have to play ridiculous games and different times? No, they get the prime thing. And it's because they are blue bloods in basketball. They've earned it, but they understand that Tobacco Road thing. Now, this fucking conference just can't get out of its own way. Honestly, they really can't. And if they're really going to go all in on football, you put the brand that's there. Florida State's dead, guys. Clemson is a joke. Honestly, I look at Dabo Swinney and he can bring in new coordinators. And I'm not saying he's not a bad coach. He can recruit. But how much of that was Elliott? And how much of that was the defensive coordinator that went back to Oklahoma? How much was that of those guys? Okay? And not to mention you had great quarterbacks. Honestly, Deshaun Watson, Sunshine, even Kelly Johnson when he was there. But you missed on a couple of guys. DJU, Cade Klubnik was way horrible. DJU did whatever he could. You just didn't have a great offensive line to block for that poor cat. But that's all I'm saying is Clemson's dead, man. Who else? Who are you going to push? SMU? Fun little team, gimmicky thing. But at the end of the day, man, they're still trying to recover from all that stuff that happened years ago. And they're not even like the 5th most popular team in Texas. Those are the Longhorns and the Aggies and the Raiders and Baylor, Houston even. And we're talking in all sports, man. But come on. Texas Christian, for goodness sakes. But I'm just saying, guys, that Miami is the brand. And they don't understand this shit. I just am looking at this right now. And then a Halloween at North Carolina. Little place of House of Horrors that's been horrible to Miami. If there's a team that ever deserves to get the ever-living shit whipped out of them, is that bunch of assholes. The way they tried to clown me and everybody that I was with a couple of years ago at that game, throwing the U down, making fun of us. You know, they had a quarterback that is now going to be playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday. They had some talent. They had Mac Brown. Now they've got Belichick, who's now single because his girlfriend's with Caleb Wilson now. Telling you. So, what's up, Brandon Brock? How you doing? The quest for 6 is on. You bet, brother. You bet. Yep, absolutely. You take your time, and the link is there in the chat, guys. I'm telling you, whoever wants to come on and speak their piece for 5 minutes, what's got you fired up, man? I mean, like I said, I looked at the schedule. There's no reason we should go 12-0. The talent we have, but Jesus, I mean, they could make it more little obstacles for us. And it just pisses me off to no end. But if he's ready to come on, I'm going to bring him on. It's our birthday boy himself, and he's welcome to stay on for as long as he'd like, because it is his birthday, and I promised him so. He brought the fire last week. It was one of the most highest rated parts of the show. The way he clowned old Osceola and the Florida State fans and their jorts reading Twilight in the stands while getting a suntan, because that's what it's like at Doak Campbell Stadium nowadays. But that being said, everybody watching, give this man the happy birthday he deserves and the applause. The one, the only, Chris Kane is in the house.
Hey, what's going on, yeah?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm telling you, dude. I wanted to give credit where credit's due. Last week, you had me rolling. It was one of the highest rated parts of the show. I was looking at the analytics, and you clowned them Florida State fans, man. And how dare they even try to mess with us? But you know, but look at this schedule, Chris. I mean, what did you think about it when you saw it, brother? I mean, speak your piece, man. I've talked enough this first 40 minutes of the show.
Well, I appreciate, man. Thank you all for birthday wishes, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all very much. Thank you very much, Stallion, man. Much love to you, brother. Love y'all guys, man. Love you, man.
Yes, sir. Love you too.
Basically, man, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. I'm not the type of person, because anybody that knows me know. I am not the type of person to sit on here and be like, oh, well, we're going 12-0 this year. We're doing this, we're doing that. It's one game at a time. Even though it's still that way, I still feel one game at a time, but there still should be no excuses at all.
Correct. Hey, and Chris, hold on for me one moment. We got our guy that wants to come on as well. He was running a little bit late, but you know him, brother, and I'm sure he wants to wish you a happy birthday as well. Let's give it up for him. The one, the only, Larry Frank Jr.'s in the house, everybody.
What's happening?
Larry Frank, what's good with you, man? What's going on, man?
Oh, man, another day at the office, man. Happy birthday. First of all, happy belated birthday. Blessings to you.
Blessings. Thank you.
Glad that you was able to turn another one. Stallion, what's good with you? What's happening with you, brother? And everybody in the chat, how are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm great, man. I just had to run through them Reptile boys, just these talking heads talking out their asses, and they all needed to be called out for it. And the first one that I called out had to be Dr. Jackass Jim Phillips, because of the schedule he put together for the brand name of the Miami Hurricanes. How dare you put our team 3 times on a Friday night? I mean, they don't understand marketing or anything in this conference, man. They really don't. It's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it.
Go ahead, Chris. I got some things on that, but it's your
go ahead.
I mean, you think about it though. You think about it. They really didn't have no marketing whenever they put us against Temple, when we had to go up there to Philadelphia, right?
That's true. It's true.
I mean, if they would have had it their own way, they would have had us go against Bethune-Cookman in Daytona.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, we had to play FIU in the Marlins Stadium.
Oh my God! Yes, I forgot.
Where our Orange Bowl sat.
Oh.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry for the Marlin fans that are out here. I am sorry. I don't know why y'all have a stadium in the first place where it only sits 27,000 people, when that could have been the Orange Bowl. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. And see, when you said Reptiles, I thought you meant the Gators because if you think I did something with Florida State last week, you have no idea. Boy, because you said Reptile.
Well, and I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. To be fair, Chris, I actually will give their stupid fan base credit for one thing. They did one of the funniest chants today to Charles B. Diaco and called him a G League dropout while they were ass hammering Alabama. And I didn't even
Wow.
get to the other Reptile, who I think is the biggest douche of all time, in that former Virginia Tech coach Seth Greenberg, that's supposedly an analyst or somebody on college basketball, and he actually had the balls yesterday on College Game Day to say, "Oh, B. Diaco makes Alabama a national championship contender." They looked real good today as they got their ass ran out of the building by the Gators and the defending champs. I mean, good God. And that's the only credit I'll give to that fan base, that they chanted G League dropout, man. I loved every moment of it. So, but go ahead though.
Yeah.
No, if you want to clown their ass this week, go for it. I mean, I need a laugh, honestly. So yeah.
I mean, I just feel like, yeah, Florida State. Yeah, I know Pocahontas. Yeah, one thing about Pocahontas, I can tell you this though, and I give them this respect. They kept us on the schedule.
They did. They did. Even before we joined the conference. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I say, for a lot of people, and I'm being serious, like, do not ever, ever go for Bobby Bowden. I am a Kane fan, and I will tell you now, do not go for Bobby Bowden, because I'll go to back for him for that. Because that is the only coach that I know that sat there and said out of his own mouth, yeah, it don't matter. He said, you know how many championships we lost because we went through Miami? He said, if you don't go through Miami and we win the national championship, but we have to duck them, we're not champions. We're not state champions if we gotta duck Miami. So we kept them on the stadium. Kept them on the schedule.
And look how they did him dirty at the end. After all he did for
Did him
them for 30
horrible,
fucking years, man, to that man. And he
horrible,
was a good man.
horrible.
You didn't hear
He was.
any BS of coaches raping kids or any of that bullshit like up in Penn State,
No.
man. There is no argument between Joe Pa and Bobby Bowden. There is no argument. It's Bobby Bowden. And what Bobby Bowden did while he was at West Virginia for those kids at Marshall after that plane crash back in the 70s, before he even became Florida State's coach, just shows what a type of man he was from the day he was born to the day he passed away. And that university should have been ashamed of themselves for how they did him dirty at the end, honestly.
That it is, but I'm gonna tell you like this, and unlike Steve Spermhead that was up there in that toilet bowl called Ben Griffin Stadium, who actually said that, oh, we don't have time for Miami to be under schedule. So you go ahead and you book a Georgia Southern who actually whooped your ass in your stadium, right? So you booked them instead, right?
That's right.
Okay. Right. And you took us off the schedule, and then, now all of a sudden, and then I see why they took us off the schedule. Because look at the ass whoopings that happened. So we're probably not going to talk to them lizards, no pond lizards, no more till about another maybe 5 or 6 years. They're like that redheaded step cousin that stays down there in the basement that ain't got no tongue, that looks like Roach from People Under the Stairs. That's pretty much how they're acting right about it.
Well, and then that's the other thing too. We can't even play them in the playoffs. We'll be there. They ain't. I mean, they ain't going to be there. That guy can take the alligator mascot logo off their helmet. I mean, they still got trash on that team. All their better players all left.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick.
Sure.
You know the saying, monkey see, monkey do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who was the one that started taking the emblems off the helmet because they had to earn them?
Miami.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yep.
Who's the one that sat there and wanted to have all of this swag and do all of these things just like us? Florida State. They wanted to come out with rap videos and Jerry Curl Dion and all that other kind of shit back before he got his teeth fixed, because his damn teeth looked like it could open cans of carnation milk by his damn self. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just speak. I mean, if I could bring up that video, we are the guys at Florida State, so super good and we think we're great. No, We are the guys from Florida State, and all of you bitches masturbate. That's what the damn lyrics should be. That's what the lyrics should have been. Okay, that's what the lyrics should have been. Hey, that's what one of them sounded like. I think that was one. I don't know.
It was. It
Have you
was.
have you seen the overbites on some of the motherfuckers that's out there? This I don't know who it was, but this dude's teeth were so big. I'm telling you, if he would have sneezed, he would have stabbed himself in the chest. I'm telling you, he was. I mean, that shit was horrible. But anywho, enough with dealing with the Dipsy twins. Let's talk about this skill. Let's talk about something that's more important because of
Yeah.
fuck them both.
What about the
Um,
offense, man? Do you think we're going to average over 40 points with all these fun pieces now that we got Mensah and Barkate in the fold now and brought in
check.
this other big boy offensive lineman, Jonathan Klein, that's got a college body ready at left guard, even though he's maybe not played at the best programs, but this guy looks
Yeah.
like a beast, man. The big old
Now,
corn-fed boy. So yeah,
now,
so
now, check this out. I seen a little bit of Locked On Canes, and it had Brad Tejada on there. They were talking about Mensah and the reason why he came to Miami. He said he never seen an offense that was like this, that was this in depth. I heard bits and pieces of it. I'm gonna go back and watch it to get a full detail of it. But he was the reason why he Brad Tejada was like, listen, he's real high on this dude, and it's like it's gonna be like Cam Ward all over again with this offense.
yes, it is.
I don't know for sure. This is what he's feeling, like his own opinion as far as that. Me personally, I gotta see that because I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, we not going for Beck. We already know about Beck, but Cam Ward is like the generational guy. He is a one of a kind. That guy was a one of a kind. And that's just like you trying to, I don't know. To me, it's like you trying to compare Jordan to and LeBron. There is no comparison. There's really no comparison to me. Like Cam was that guy. And we just didn't have no defense to get him there. Because if we would have had the Cam Ward this year, and with this defense, we would have blown out Indiana, and that's a fact. And we damn near almost blew out. We almost beat daggone Indiana with the style of manner that we had. But anyway, I digress. I could put it to you like this: Mensah is his own person. Cam is his own person. Beck is his own person. We have got to see exactly how each person do in their own thing. We've already seen Cam. We already seen that in Dawson's system. We already seen Beck in Dawson's system. Now we're going to see Mensah in Dawson's system. I want to see him come into his own, the development to come into his own. He got his road dog that's with him. Is he going to do the same thing as far as is he going to feed? Does he do his check downs right? Everything is different because we're not Duke. We're not Duke at all. Okay, let's just get that straight. We're not Duke. Okay, it's different competition. It's a different level when you're here. Okay, it's a different level. So therefore, you have to rise to the occasion every single game, regardless of who you face, because you cannot take no games off this schedule here. There is zero excuses for any shape of error. And if it's an error that needs to be fixed, you better fix that shit quick. And that's all I got.
Yep. No, man. No, you brought it for sure, brother. So, but listen, stay on for a second. Larry, what's your thoughts, man? I know you've been chomping at the bit, man. I mean, I know that you've got some questions about the offense and you have every right to ask them. So the floor is yours, brother. Speak your piece, man. So, yes, sir.
Number one, I'm going to pump my brakes on these expectations. The one thing I hate about when we get these players with all this tremendous upside is these podcasts, man. They start blowing smoke up the fans' asses. And I blame these podcasts and these media people in part because if things happen to not turn out the way it does, it makes it harder on those players because you've had in the offseason months of blowing up these expectations. Here's the thing that a lot of these podcasters are not doing that I hate. We got a whole new offensive line. As somebody that played offensive line that had to be replaced and had to replace the guys ahead of me, that is probably one of the hardest positions to get cohesiveness with upon replacement. Anybody that played ball will tell you that. And it does not matter the quarterback, the skill players, the whole running back room coming back. It don't matter. If there's no cohesiveness on this offensive line, timing is going to be off. Snap counts are going to get screwed up. Players are going to not be in unison as far as everything. Some players are not going to know the snap count, as I said earlier. You're going to have false starts. You're going to have holding penalties. What you had the last couple of years with the offensive linemen that we had, you had 3 years, give or take a few plug-and-play guys here, of cohesiveness. And you had guys that came up through the ranks that they just knew it. They got it. We're starting over. And the thing about it is you're starting over with a new quarterback, third straight quarterback in a row. You're starting over. And also Shannon Dawson as well. Shannon Dawson, I just don't trust him. I don't trust him. And I think the key to the success of this offense is more going to be on the development of the offensive line and also Shannon Dawson. And you got to remember, Cam Ward was an alpha. He was a man amongst boys. If he didn't like something that Shannon Dawson called, he called his own number. Is Darian Mensah that kind of a quarterback? Is he going to do that? We don't know that. So that's why I'm saying this offense, if everything goes right, has the potential to score 40 points plus a game. But there's too many unknowns for me, and I just hate the fact that all of these – I've been watching ever since Mensah signed. And I'm not naming them. I ain't going to put nobody on blast. But if you watch these podcasts, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
These big-name podcasts, I don't know if they're just saying shit to keep their numbers retained nice and keep the retention numbers up. They're blowing smoke up your asses. There's too many unknowns. And my thing is, I'm not saying that this team can't do it. I'm just saying address what I just addressed. It's a whole lot of shit they're not telling you that can hinder this offense from doing it. And they're just going off and keeping everybody hyped up. Now, if something happens and this offense doesn't do good or they don't put up the points a game, you're going to have a whole fan base coming at these young men, largely in part because these media podcasters are blowing smoke up everybody's asses. That's just my first.
Well, can I also say something too, Larry? And you always know your stuff, man. I'm telling you, that's why you and me, we always talk ball. You know, we're always on the same page. I'll even argue this: you're starting your fourth new center in a row.
Yes.
You know, your fourth new center in a row. And it starts up front. You know, as much criticism as we gave Brockmeyer this year, he finally got it together.
Became solid.
And some could argue that, again, we have to hold these guys accountable, but not everybody's mentally tough, like you said. The other stick that I don't even want to bring this up, but I think I have to because the proof is in the pudding. Malachi Toney is a different type of player. We can argue that right now. He is special. But the truth of the matter is, how many guys have had even beyond awesome freshman years and had sophomore slumps? I mean, honestly, and it's just that has been something that has been an Achilles heel for Miami Hurricane coaches. And it doesn't matter which staff it was, whether it was Randy, whether it was Golden, whether it was Coker, Richt, even Manny. You saw guys that, oh man, if he's just a freshman, wait till the sophomore year. And then disaster. And again, we have to call that out because that is the thing that we need to make sure that this program sustains. Evaluating the talent correctly, recruiting it, obviously, and then developing it. So that way they blow up in the college ranks, then in the pros, and then the kids that are there working their little asses off can say, I want to be a Miami Hurricane. That's what got us some people, you know, during our heyday in both runs, you know, and now you have an opportunity. You can't let this go. But what else would you guys bring up too that maybe I missed right there as well to add on to that?
The gelling of the team. The gelling of the team is very important. I mean, you can have all these firepower, you can have all the bullets that you want, man. It's just, and this is what I mean figuratively. You can have every kind of bullet in every kind of gun that you can have.
Yep.
If you don't oil and grease that gun, even when you put that clip in there, It's
Yep.
gonna jam. It ain't gonna pull. It's gonna backfire. It's gonna do everything else. You have got to gel. You have got to have an organized front. I agree with Larry Frank. You got to do that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I'm not sitting here saying that the team can't go undefeated, but you got to be able to gel. Like you said, we're starting with a whole new offensive line. Are they going to
Yep.
be able to gel? Are they going to be able to know the snap counts? Are they going to be able to understand each other? Mensah can do all of these different things on another team and make him look great on another team. But this is not another fucking team that we're talking about. We're talking about the U, my brother. We're not
Yep.
Duke. We're not them. Okay.
We're not
And
Tulane.
anybody,
No offense,
we're
but
not,
we're not Tulane. Yes.
we're not too late. No disrespect.
Yep.
We're not Tulane. We're not Duke. We're not none of these other different programs or anything else. We're not South Carolina where these guys are coming from. We're not none of these different places. We are the U. We stand at a certain standard. Okay,
Facts.
there's a certain role that you're supposed to play. There's a certain amount of accountability that each player needs to have for not only for themselves but also for their teammates as well. If you are fucking up on anything, your ass needs to be called out on it, and you need to have it dealt with. Not
Mm,
sitting there dancing on the sidelines and all that other
mm.
bullshit. I'm just saying because that's what used to happen in the past. But hey, we
We've
haven't
seen
seen it
that
because
too.
Cristobal. Because that's one thing about Mario. Mario ain't gonna play that shit with you. He ain't gonna do that. But one thing I will say is that Dawson, Larry Frank, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You say that you don't trust Dawson, and you've been saying this for a good little while. And I was wondering why, not going against anything that you're saying or anything else like that, but
Hmm.
just because I wanted to see, well, what else is he doing that is wrong? When Cam Ward left, I seen exactly what you were talking about because it takes a general to make general moves. You
Correct.
are
Mm-hmm.
not only playing chess, you are playing chess on a 3D board when you are out there on that football field. And that
Yep.
is why I said that Cam Ward is a one of one. He is not, he can be often imitated, but he cannot be duplicated.
Right.
Hmm. And
He
can I say this real quick
is not
before
another
Larry
one.
answers? Can I say this? When Cam
Mhm.
fucked up, and it wasn't very often, the first thing you saw him, he grabbed that damn iPod, he gathered everybody around, and they were looking at what they did, and they
Mhm.
fixed the problem.
Yeah.
Beck, on the other hand, when he grabbed the iPad, I was wondering if he was showing what him or something because I didn't see shit at times being made corrected wise. I even said
Hmm.
to Larry, I said, "What are they looking at on there? Pornhub.com or what?" I mean, honestly, because there wasn't fixes being done in that mid-season lull, man.
It
Honestly,
wasn't. It
so
Right.
wasn't. And
that's what pisses me off, more than anything. So yeah.
I just feel like when it comes to certain things like this, and you say with Malachi, and you brought up a good point about about the sophomore slumps and everything else like
Mm,
that.
it's real,
Here's the
man.
thing: you have to look at certain things, look at certain players because it can also be of who they are. Yes, everybody goes through sophomore slumps. Because let me ask you a question: what kind of sophomore slump did Jeremiah Smith go through? What kind of sophomore?
He had a
You know what I'm
median.
saying?
He had a
He
median
he
one a little bit.
he had a median one, right? He had a
Yeah. Yeah.
median one. It wasn't at his standard, but
Right.
it's
Yes.
always that point where that doesn't take away from him being a fucking dog.
He
He
stood
No.
up
just
when he
had to
He
had
still
to
film.
stood there. Yes,
He
sir.
because
still
he
stood
tried.
on business.
If
Exactly.
if there was anybody in that Cotton Bowl that you
Hmm.
couldn't point a finger at Ohio State, it was JJ. JJ
It was
put that
JJ.
team on his back. If anything, I gained even more respect for JJ as a
Me
Facts.
too.
player
Me
Facts.
too.
after what he
And
did to keep them in it.
he
Yeah, no,
did.
me too. Me too.
And if
And,
it
and
wasn't for
that would have been
him, they
even
wouldn't have
more of a
been in
blowout.
it.
That would have been 24-7 or even 24-3 if he's not on the field for him. I'm just
Facts.
stating
Right.
facts.
He don't
The guy had
right
178 yards by himself. So
Yeah.
by himself. You take him off that team, who else produced?
nobody, nobody,
Nobody.
not
Exactly.
Ennis, not Tate, none of that other guys, none of them did.
Bo
They
Jackson,
didn't.
none of them. None of them.
None of them.
But
None of them.
I'm gonna tell you like this though, watching this year, because now he's out for revenge. And as everybody should be. But we need to see here and we need to see now we're coming to the point of where this sophomore slump. Now this is when people have film on you. Now this is when people know your routes. Now this is when people know how you're supposed to move through different cuts, through different screens and everything else like this. But here's my question. with you knowing that people know what you're doing in your sophomore year, what are you going to do to make the adjustments? Are you going to adapt,
Facts.
evolve, adjust,
Yes.
adapt, and evolve? What are you going to do in your sophomore year for you to be better so they won't figure you out? Or are you going
This
to do
is
the
true.
same bullshit and continue to have
Do,
a
This,
sophomore slump?
you're right.
What are
do
you
you
going to
know
do?
one thing that stands out to me? Y'all remember that T.I. album back in the day, T.I. versus T.I.P.?
Hmm.
I do
I
actually.
had it.
All
I
right,
had
I
it.
had it as well. Well, I think you have coming into this season Miami versus Miami, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Mm.
Miami is getting all of this spotlight and attention that they are going to be one of the most dominant teams in college football. All I'm seeing on media publications, Miami's going to have the most dangerous offense in football. Once again, they're blowing smoke. So here's my
Mhm.
thing. Miami, you're in uncharted waters for this group that's never been here. The old
Mhm.
schoolers and the old timers have been here, but this is a whole new generation. They don't know about this. You're
Mhm.
gone, Malachi Tony and company. You've gone from a team that was basically not even thought about. Like, yeah, they might do something. They had a nice 10-win season with Cam Ward before we got here. To the national championship game, one drive away from a national championship. That's a pretty big spectrum from end to end. And
Yes.
now, because of that,
Yes.
the media and everybody, especially with the pieces you have assembled, everybody, especially in the ACC, they're picking Miami. They're picking Miami. So here's my question, Miami. How do you avoid not just a sophomore jinx, like you alluded to, Stallion, player-wise? How do you avoid a sophomore jinx with a lot of these freshmen as a cohesive unit trying to build off of the backs of what happened last year? Coaching staff, how do you avoid all of this? Listen,
Mhm.
I know everybody saw it. There's talk that the safeties coach William, what I forgot his name, him and
Will
And
Harris.
Jason Taylor,
Will Harris and
Will
Jason
Harris, and
Taylor.
Jason Taylor, they're looking at
There's
Hmm.
NFL.
there's
Yep.
talks that the NFL is looking at them.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, you still have Shannon Dawson, who we still don't know what we got. But you know what? I think I know Shannon Dawson. The type
Mhm.
of quarterback makes Shannon Dawson call different types of offenses. Now, I caught a lot of shit this week, me and D, because as you know, we're on our hiatus. So we've been putting up shorts, we've been putting up, recorded videos to kind of keep things going at Utah. And one of the things that came back on me that a lot of people got angry about, I don't give a shit. I'm going to say it anyway,
Speak your
is
mind,
that
brother.
Carson
Speak
Beck
your piece.
was overpaid $4 million. I don't give a damn about us getting to the national championship. I don't give a damn about us getting a $16 million return on the investment profit over the initial $4 million that was initially put in. Carson Beck was overpaid, and here's why. As Melvin Bratton said on our show a couple of weeks ago, he spoke with somebody in the Carson Beck camp very close to that situation. Carson Beck was hurt.
Yeah.
Carson Beck comes off of this surgery. The normal turnaround time to be completely healed for a quarterback coming off of Tommy John surgery is 12 to 15 months. That's when most quarterbacks say they feel like they're themselves again. The accelerated rehab time is 9 to 12 months. If we
And
go
he was
back and
throwing it
look at the
5 months.
timeline,
He was throwing 5 months later,
thank
six
you.
months. My
He
God.
got injured December
Mm.
7th, 2024. He had
Yep.
surgery December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas 2024. He was signed in Miami just a little bit over a year ago in the middle part of January of 2025. And he starts a game August 31st.
Yeah.
Carson Beck was not ready to go. That's why you didn't see too many vertical passes or any kind of calls that call for him to push the ball down the field.
Talk
Yeah.
about it.
Facts. Facts,
But
Mm.
man.
but I'm a hater. And I'm laughing at
Mm.
the shit. Me, I've
No.
been called a hater, a fake fan, and everything, and I've been told to shut the fuck up because we just went to the national championship game. We've had our best season in over 20 years. I don't give a shit. Listen, I'm happy that we made the national championship, and I'm not shitting on Carson Beck as a player. I'm not. I appreciate all of his contributions because after that SMU loss, Carson Beck played lights out in those final 4 games to get us
Mhm.
in position. I will give his due with that. He navigated that offense. He didn't turn the ball over. But to say that Carson Beck was the sole reason we got to the national championship and overlook the running of Mark Fletcher
That's a
when we came
fucking
back,
lie. Oh,
to overlook what the defense did, to overlook what Malachi Tony did, is bullshit. So I say all that to say this. Shannon Dawson, we still don't know what kind of an OC he is, because in his 4th season coming up, year 1, he called shit with TVD that didn't work. He had to go to Emory. That shit didn't work. Year 2, he had Cam Ward, who basically, when Cam didn't like something, he just checked down and did what he had to do, and he called his own number. Last year, he couldn't call the offense he wanted to call because the Beck didn't have the healthiest elbow and arm to throw. He had to do so much. So we still don't know what Shannon Dawson brings to the table in year 4. And I ain't gonna lie, fellas, that scares the shit out of me.
It should. No, it should. And here's the other thing too: the fact that you've spent the money that you've spent on these guys, and at least they're healthy. And I'm knocking on wood. You can't hear it, but I'm knocking on wood. Shit can happen. I mean, we got very lucky last year that offensive line held together, and now you're looking for 5 pieces to navigate a season where, like you said, Larry, and it's a very big point. A couple of those guys didn't even play all year, and now we're expecting them to play somewhere between 15 and 17 games, depending on how this could play out the way it is, honestly. I mean, it really could be that.
The only offensive lineman that I am sure about coming in is McCoy, because when McCoy got in, he was solid. I mean, Merriweather, don't let the name fool you. He's coming from Georgia, but he don't have that many snaps under his belt.
No.
He's just a big body coming from a big program. He was there for a couple of years. So, I mean, there's potential there. We got to see. Rodriguez.
And there's some guys that, like I said, and I hate to keep harping on this, and I know people are tired of hearing about it, but guys, what did I say from the beginning? We've got to evaluate the talent correctly. The fact that Tommy Kinsler didn't pan out, that's inexcusable, man. That's inexcusable.
Why would he leave?
Why would he leave?
He would have been the heir to Francis. So why leave?
Or Barkale. Yeah, exactly.
Markell was more because he wasn't going to get the waiver. He wasn't going to get the waiver.
Exactly, but he could be the heir apparent. But you're right.
He would have been the heir. I mean, I saw where Markell, they was saying that if he would have gotten the waiver, he would have probably come back. But because they pretty much anticipated he wouldn't get the waiver, he had decent NFL projections. That's why he bet on himself, and he went to the Senior Bowl or whatever. Now, didn't help that the first play from scrimmage out there in practice, he got bowled over by the Michigan DN and knocked him on his ass. He did come back and have a strong camp and all of that, or strong practice rather. But at the end of the day, you've got these pieces that we don't really know nothing about. Sampson, why didn't Sampson climb the depth chart sooner? That concerns me. How is he going to handle being a full-time starter? Rodriguez, your perceived center. Well, you had all these other centers you had to go get year in and year out. What happened there? I don't know what his class is. I don't know if he's a junior.
I mean, he's actually a 6th-year senior, Larry. And the thing is
concerning.
It is concerning. And the other thing, too, was he was supposed to be the starter Cam's year at center. But what happened was he broke his leg, and then they had to go with the Indiana transfer, Carpenter or what have you. So how is he back from that leg injury? That's going to be another thing. Can he hold up for that was a physical front 7 he was going up against. Say what you will about the Gators. They've always had a very good front 7. Being an SEC conference, I hate to say that word.
And then let's look at this: Jackson Cantwell. Once again, what's up, Canes, bro? Jackson Cantwell. All this upside coming in,
what up, brother?
And all these comparisons about Francis and this and that. High school to college is a big jump, and only a certain number of people can do it. Now, offensive line is the one position that if you're a dominant player, that's the one position where the probability to keep that continuity as a top-notch player coming out of high school can translate to the college game, because the fundamental principles of playing tackle or guard, they don't change. It's all about you getting stronger, getting on the strength and conditioning program, learning your playbook, and working hard. It's not like being a wide receiver that's been a dog at your high school, and then when you get in college, you can be an automatic dog. That don't always work. Same thing with quarterback, same thing with running back. So with Jackson Cantwell's situation, I do feel good that he's got a big body, seems to know the game well, seems to be built for it. I think if he can elude injury and he can just work hard, I think we'll be okay. But still, it still has to be proven. And it's just so many unknowns. And I can't hate to keep sounding like a broken record, fellas, but I'm tired of these podcasts blowing smoke up everybody's asses, bro. Like, stop it.
Yeah. And realistically, we've not done great where we've had a good season. Like look, we knew it was fool's gold with the 17 group and the turnover chain. But what about all the expectations? Larry, the next season, 18, we're starting off with LSU and Dallas. You were there for that atrocity, and we got blown off the field. We didn't even look like we belonged on there, you know?
And Joe Burrow's most human game as a LSU Tiger was against Miami. Because he only had like 180, 190 yards passing. He struggled. It was the LSU running game. Edwards-Helaire went off that day.
Yep.
That pisses me off.
And our offense couldn't do shit. I mean, Malik Rozier was Malik Rozier. I mean, I love him to death. He's the quarterback that snapped the Florida State streak, you know. But at the end of the day, I mean, what would the 17 of offense looked at if Kaya had come back, you know, as opposed to taking really bad advice going to the NFL? Or what if the big tight end had come back too, you know, that plays for the Browns and so
David Njoku.
Njoku. So I mean, you bring those two guys back with what we had that offense that year. I mean, that could have been a special season. It really could have been. I mean, it was a special season anyway, but it was the defense that really got you there. But all those expectations in 18, we were horrible. We go to a terrible bowl game, lose, and only to find out poor coach is sick. And then we get Manny Diaz and the whole Temple debacle. And we don't even need to keep going from what happened after that. But I'm just saying that when we are put in those high expectations, we just seem to falter. And that's another thing that this program needs to really come up with. So these are all interesting things. And then you look at this schedule, you're starting right away on the road and the West Coast trip. I mean, you don't even have a game to work out. It's a conference game. And if you lose that first one, you're already in the hole right away at the beginning, if you lose it. So,
I'll say this about that. If it's one thing that I don't have a problem with is the way that the schedule starts. Because you got those 4 games that are not on Saturday, 3 of them on a Friday, 2 in the first 3 weeks with FAMU in between on a Thursday. If there's ever 2 games on a Friday that I don't mind having to start the season with, it's at Stanford and then versus Wake Forest after we come back from playing FAMU, because on paper we should have the advantage. And I would think in coaching we should have the advantage to navigate and win those games.
Yep. Right.
Here's the thing about the schedule. We as Miami fans got to get rid of the PTSD about the Friday night. And I'm just like everybody else. I don't like Friday night games like everybody else.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah. Me neither.
But I'm a glass half empty, glass half full type of person. So while we're looking at the Friday night games as being possibly a kryptonite to hurt us, we have to look at the fact that it's highly likely that we're going to be the only team playing that night.
It's true.
All eyes on us.
Yep.
And
again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Again. All eyes on us.
All eyes on us. And keep in mind
Hang with me, Anthony. Yep.
Keep in mind this. I sent you and Rocky the meme in our group chat.
Yeah, you did.
Us playing on a Friday night frees us up on Saturday to see who the hell we gonna buy from these other teams to see who's gonna ball out on Saturdays. So that's how I'm looking at it. So
because remember, the 16 million is important. Remember that, Larry.
There you go.
Yeah. Guys, stay with me real quick. I've got Anthony backstage. Anthony, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. You're on the clock. You got 5 minutes, brother. Speak your piece, man. Welcome to Stallion Speaks.
Yeah, Larry and Stallion and Chris, I disagree with you. I think this is where I'm looking at it from an NFL mindset. College recruiting for high school is becoming like how you have to scout in the NFL. Just because, to me, scouting high school players is becoming like how you scout kids coming out of college going to the NFL, because not everybody's going to work out. Just because we scouted him to be our team doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a 50-50 crapshoot like the NFL draft. Am I thinking about it the right way, Larry?
Well,
Or am
well,
I?
well, question. What are you talking about scouting? What? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are you
You're
getting at?
saying Tommy? No, with Tommy Kinsler, you guys said it was inexcusable that he didn't work out and stuff like that.
Well, that's not.
And
That's to me. That's not scouting. I think that's more development.
Mhm.
no, how? This is where I want to ask you, Larry. How much is that? How much of that is more on the player, not like
On Mirrorball or what have you? Like, is that what you're saying? Like more on the
yeah.
coach and not the player? Go ahead, Larry.
How much is it more on the player? Because I blame the coach to a certain point. What happens if the players are just like the player is not developing because he's not taking the teaching of the coach? Just because the coach.
Well, real quick, we don't know that because Kinsler was the backup to Francis for the last couple of years, and Francis was solid. It's hard to say whether or not a player
Talent is talent, though.
is going to be.
Francis.
Was that
talent is talent? Maybe it's just the talent for Francis overrode the lack, some of his weaknesses coming out of high school.
You can't say that. You can't say that because when you got a player like Francis who was talented and never came out the game and dominated since his freshman year, I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody to really take a step forward.
And don't we say offensive? This is an honest question. Well, when it comes to development, aren't there? You and Stallion tell me this all the time. The two positions that need a ton of playing time and a ton of snaps are offensive line because of continuity, and the quarterback position and stuff like that. They need to have enough snaps to see if you're developing them correctly.
The thing about that is, yeah, you're correct as far as the quarterback is concerned. But when it comes to offensive line, you don't rotate offensive linemen like you do defensive linemen. Offensive linemen are normally, as long as they're healthy,
it's more about continuity.
They're set. Like your starting rotation week 1 is going to be your starting rotation week 12, provided there's no injuries and this and that. Now, if somebody needs a breather every once in a blue moon, but that rarely happens. So that's the thing.
And with
about
Tommy,
being ready.
This is where I'm going to defend Mario and Kinsler, Mario and Alex
Mirrorball.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mirrorball a little bit. I felt maybe Tommy's lack of where we recruited him in out of wasn't really known for consistently developing Division I talent. So maybe him moving up to the Division I college football was maybe it was too much of a culture shock for him, and that's why himself is not developing. No matter how much coaching you have.
Well, and this is where I'll push back, Anthony, honestly, because Tommy Kinsler was.
I hope I'm not defending Mario.
No. Listen, look. This is you speak your opinion, and this is where I'm just gonna. This is what I'm gonna say. Tommy Kinsler, looking at the rankings back then, he was a high 4-star. Everybody was after him. He played in Florida. Right. One could actually argue that maybe Francis, despite being because I'm going to also bring in Pancake in this argument too. Pancake
Francis came from South Carolina. So no. Francis came from
California.
California.
He's a California.
But he played at IMG.
He played at IMG. But you know how everybody talks about like certain states. You know, California, Florida, they're right there. Texas. You know, Larry's also talked about Louisiana, Georgia. I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I've paused your time. But here's the truth of it: when it comes to Tommy Kinsler and Pancake Honcho was rated 3rd. Behind Caden Proctor and Francis Mauanoa. And so we thought we were getting the 2 best tackles with Pancake. Now, Pancake did get hurt his freshman year, but also the talent he was going up against Massachusetts wasn't anywhere near what Caden Proctor and what Cece were
Francis
going up, whether they were at IMG, you know what I mean? And so, but Kinsler was on a state championship contender in Florida, and everybody was after him. Texas, the Gators, Miami, and he chose Miami, and I was really excited about that to go a step further.
And this is where I want to push back on you a little bit, Stallion. You say everybody was after him, but when what I'm saying, the program he came from in Florida, in general, wasn't known for consistently developing the village. That's what I'm saying. Like the history of the high school he was coming from,
I see
wasn't
what
known
you mean.
for.
Okay, and so then to go on that front, then again, I think that's where this program has taken a step better, and they need to consistently show it. Again, you're recruiting guys. I think that was a problem with the staffs in the past. They looked too much at ratings and didn't look at dogs and the competition they were going up against and the programs they were coming from. You also have to remember that when they fired Don
Wasn't
Soldinger
Kinsler
years
from the
ago,
Panhandle, Larry? Like,
Kinsler was
wasn't
from
he
more middle Florida. He was from like he's more Gator country.
Orlando?
He was more from Gator country. In fact, everybody
Mhm.
thought he was going to be a Gator, and he didn't. He went to Miami and so
Yeah,
forth. And now, yeah,
and this is where I want to say I think what hurts Florida offensive linemen, like developing correctly, is where like the offensive development is not up to par compared to like Texas and the Midwest because of the humidity. Humidity is not conducive to developing Division I offensive linemen. Am I off with that, Larry? You're
no,
from
you're not off with that. I mean,
Louisiana.
traditionally, you get your big hog mollies from the Midwest and Texas
And
and up north. I mean, here's the other thing too. If everybody remembers, guys, the United Nations, the best offensive line in Miami history, the 2001 group, they were a hodgepodge. The only one that was technically from Florida was Joaquin Gonzalez. I mean, Bryant McKinney was from the Northeast. A couple of guys were from
Romberg.
Canada. I mean, Romberg was from Canada. Sherko Haji Razuli was from Canada. I mean, they went all over the place to get the linemen. The skilled players, oh hell yeah, you go in Florida and get those.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Larry,
you're
you're
right.
coming from Louisiana. When was the last time they've developed an elite, top-rated offensive lineman like Florida? Rarely. Is it the same with Louisiana?
The last one that comes to mind that I remember was Willie Roaf. That's the last one that I remember. And you're talking,
and that's maybe the 80s, right? Probably 80s or 90s.
late 80s, early 90s that I can remember. Now I know I'm probably forgetting somebody. I'm talking about somebody that really went to college and was
They lived up to the hype.
dominant.
Yeah, this
I
is
can
where
think of more defensive
what I've
linemen,
always said too, and me and you, Larry, have talked about this. Florida and Louisiana are skill positions: receiver, corner, running back. California
DB.
has quarterbacks, and to a certain extent, maybe offensive linemen. If it's from Northern California, you're gonna see a lot because they're in the mountains. If it's Southern California, it's gonna be receivers and quarterbacks and running backs. Like the Midwest.
Anthony, let me stop you real quick. I just want to highlight this comment from the chat by our guy, Fire Marine Kane, and thanks for participating, brother, as always. And you can come on if you'd like. I got the link there. Anybody can. I think if the coaches believed Kinsler would have been in line to start, I believe Mario would have let it be done, and they would have done everything to keep him. And now he's at what? He's going to Ole Miss now, the very team that we just beat or whatever. So Kinsler's going to Ole Miss.
I stand correct.
Let's not. Ole Miss is probably going to get major penalties for tampering and stuff like that.
No,
because
we don't know yet.
Dabo's accusing them of stealing a player, like recruiting them in the middle of the season, like how Duke did it with Mensah. And for me, Duke accusing Miami of tampering is kind of hypocritical. Didn't they do it with Mensah?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Don't nobody give a damn about Duke. Fuck a Duke. What the hell is a damn Duke? Dookie stinks. Duke ain't shit.
Yeah. No. But to answer your question, I think but to answer your question,
Duke.
you're right though. Like, I mean, in terms of the fact that Ole Miss might have some penalties. There's even a small school accusing that they've reached out for some linebacker or something like that, and they didn't go through the proper channels.
LSU's not going to get penalized, to be honest.
Well, that LSU situation is not football related. I hate how they misrepresenting that LSU situation. It's not football. It ain't got nothing to do with the football program. And they're making everybody. No, it ain't got nothing to do with the football program. It's like gymnastics, and I think girls basketball or some shit. I don't know, but it's definitely not football.
Might even be boys basketball. They have had some problems in the past with
Will Wade.
Wade and Will Wade's now at NC State or what have you. So, but and he had to kind of go a league down or a different school. So,
out of the freshmen that are coming in, like at DB, who do you think starts right away? Who do you think is able to get significant playing time this season?
I'm not going to go start, but I will say we'll get significant playing time, and that's Camden Portis. I really believe that because
of the slot. No, we have Omar Thornton, the guy can see.
Oh well, yeah, but he's not a freshman. He played at BC. But if you were asking about our freshman class coming in, no, he's going to get playing time. Thornton's going to get playing time.
The guy I think gets significant playing time is a safe. My God, the long Brody Jennings.
Oh yeah,
the guy we got from Michigan.
Yeah,
because we're next season we're losing to our two starting corners to the NFL, probably, correct? Isn't
Damari and OJ?
Yeah, I mean they would be eligible if they wanted to go.
No, I'm talking about isn't Xavier Lucas a redshirt junior?
This will be his third year. Yeah, this will be his third year.
But I would imagine Lucas is probably, unless he has a hell of a spring and fall camp, I don't think he gets that starting spot. That's just me. He's getting a lot of time.
I think he's a safety. I like Xavier, but he's more of a safety to me.
Yeah.
Like based on his tape coming out of high school, and I've told this to Larry too, there's certain corners to me that are pure safeties. They just played corner in high school because there was no one competing against them. And when you look at Lucas had issues with his hip swivel consistently coming out of high school. Like a lot of who was the major guy who, I can't remember who said it. It wasn't the guy from ESPN. I forgot his name. Do you know what I'm talking about, Larry? The guy, not the basketball guy, the football guy, Luganbill.
Oh, Tom Luganbill. Yeah.
Tom Luganbill,
yeah. Yeah, he said it coming out of high school. What he noticed with Lucas is the reason why he was so low ranked and his star wasn't that high was more to do that he noticed that his hips weren't consistently turning the right direction to determine where he was going to go. Instead of going like his hips would
it's the proper technique. It wasn't the proper technique that was being shown. Yeah, and like I said, and Anthony, I do have some other people that need to come on. I do want to leave. I want to give you one final word because I have a question for you. But I will say this much.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it also is this 7-on-7 deal. You know, I mean, there's a lot put into that. It's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to knock it, but what I'm saying is that a lot of it is being based on the 7-on-7 and not the
7-on-7 killed. Honestly, I've said this. 7-on, and Larry's gonna agree with me on this. 7-on-7 killed public school football.
I mean, I think it's also killed like actual recruiting, which guys can actually handle the physicality.
I think 7-on-7 more than anything has overrated a lot of these stars for a lot of these kids because you're gonna get first of all these camps. Back in the day, you didn't have all of these camps, these camps the way that you have them right now. Your star ratings didn't come from that. Your star ratings came from film in the game each year, your seasons. That's how you were rated. You may have had a camp here or there, but you've got so many camps that you can pick and choose.
How was Ed Reed rated so low, though? That's the weirdest thing. How was Ed Reed rated so low coming out of high school?
Ed Reed was a 2-star, and the thing about it, LSU didn't even want him. His only offer was Tulane and Miami. Those are the only two offers that he had. Curtis Johnson, who was from down here, he threw Ed Reed's name in the hat when he got to Miami. Ed Reed was a dog. I watch Ed Reed personally. He's from 20 miles up the street from me. But Ed Reed was also undersized when he was at Destrehan. Yeah. That went against him as well. And then looking at the competition in Destrehan's district, they didn't really play no top-notch teams. So that's why Ed Reed, he had a lot of stats and this and that, but LSU let that one slip through the cracks. And I mean, I'm glad they did.
I think, Anthony, my question to you to wrap it up is looking at the schedule that came out on Monday, is there an ACC game that right now you feel could be a trap game for Miami? And I'll have to let you go because I got some other guys I got to bring on backstage. So,
Shoot. Maybe not Florida State. The game after, if we blow out Florida State,
Pitt,
the Virginia
Pitt coming
Tech.
here. Pitt coming here. So
No, is it Virginia Tech? Is Virginia Tech after Florida State, or is it Pitt?
No, it's Pittsburgh. Virginia Tech is actually nestled between Duke, which is the homecoming game, and Boston College, which is senior day. It's amazing that we have 3 home games to end the year, but that Virginia Tech game is going to be Friday night.
My trap game is the game before Florida State.
Clemson.
That's
Clemson.
mine. That's mine because it's before a bye week and he'll get caught slipping. That's me.
Yeah, no, and that's the weirdest thing for me. Has Mario improved with that? You guys
with the bye week thing? He's only he lost to Louisville, and he beat Florida State. So, but other than that, he's like 1-4.
No, did he have that issue? Yeah. That's my question. Before I go, my question is: did he have that issue at Oregon where he struggled off the bye week all the time?
No,
that's a Miami thing.
No, that's a Miami thing, and that's been with all the coaching staffs. Mario's problem at Oregon was just losing inexcusably to inferior teams like Stanford, and some of that has kind of come to Miami with the Georgia Tech loss a couple years ago, not taking a knee, and then unfortunately,
no, every coach, and I disagree with you. I feel every coach struggled with Georgia Tech. Manny struggled with GT, so did Randy Shannon. Because I think the type of play style they are is a kryptonite for Miami.
Well, and they've changed. They've changed coaches.
But you're right. In general, I think the play style. Yeah. But in general, I feel the play style from moving from Paul Johnson to Brent Key. There's still some Paul Johnson stuff in that offense. Still, even though Paul Johnson has been retired for a while.
It's going on 8 years.
Have you guys noticed that? Am I crazy to?
No. I mean, they have their different sticks that they have to do to compete. But one thing Key's brought to them is a toughness up front.
The physicality.
And he's also stressed the front. And when you're an offensive line guy, you know that it starts in the trenches.
Was he an alumni from Georgia Tech?
He's a Georgia Tech alum. He's a Georgia Tech alum right back there. That's why
I'm guessing he played with Calvin.
Probably. So, yeah. But Anthony, I got to let you go, man. Take care. Thanks for joining. So, you bet. Canes Raw, you are on Stallion Speaks, brother. Brother, speak your piece. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, yo. Y'all can hear me good?
I hear you great,
loud
man.
And clear, loud and clear.
All right, so I just want to go ahead and point out the obvious for this season coming up. The last season I pointed out before. I want to take it back to Tyler Trans Van Dyke. You remember Larry when I used to come on Utah?
Trans Van Dyke.
You know what? You remember
I remember you used to trigger people. So go ahead on and start your triggering, bro.
So I pointed out back then Trans Van Dyke was the issue. Then I pointed out that the defensive coordinator Gildry was gonna be exposed after Cam Kitchens and them left. I said that as well. And then I said now to this day that the offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson, is the next one in line to get gone. And I'm gonna tell you this now.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you this now. Even though we got this great quarterback coming in that's after Cam Ward and I can't call. Come on, I can't call. Y'all hear me?
Carson Van Dyke.
Carson Van Dyke. Yeah,
2.0. So Carson Trans Van Dyke. Anyway, so after this situation, my whole thing is Shannon Dawson's plays. Is his plays gonna look anything similar to what that quarterback coming in is used to? And is he gonna have that availability like Cam Ward to change it like you want to? That's another thing. Offensive line, we got to see if they're gonna gel together. Then after that, are we gonna have more wide receivers rotated in and out in different formations, let alone the tight ends being more of a key weapon, right? And
can I say something, Canes Raw? And I'm gonna stop your time real quick. I mean, these are all great points. I'm gonna throw something else out there. How are you gonna get your 4 returning backs on the field and use them correctly? You know, are you going to use your personnel correctly? I think one of my criticism of Dimples, and if LNV's still watching, I hope she's laughing about it, is the fact that he doesn't have a feel for the game. He panics too quick. How the fuck are you not going to run the guy that has the most yards in playoff history? Now, I know the CFP has just been around for a few years, but Mark Fletcher technically has the most yards in CFP history, and you went 7 out of 9 first offensive plays, and you didn't hand the ball off to him when the first run got you 12 fucking yards right off the bat. I mean, it's unexcusable. And he panicked. And it's like, no, man, you got to feel the game. You need to you run it 3 straight times, and if you can't get 1 yard on their ass, then you start doing something or whatever. But you didn't even do that. You threw it 3 straight times in the dirt. That's what you fucking did, man. I mean, that can't happen when you have the playmakers. Then we also heard the excuse, oh, well, Miami didn't have a deep threat. Are you kidding me? I mean, one of those guys run down the field. You just didn't have the quarterback to get him the ball was the real
There you
answer.
go. There
That
you
was
go.
the
That's
real
the
fucking
difference.
answer. That
That's
was the
the
answer.
difference.
Don't say
Now,
we don't
I
have
gotta
speed
take
on that fucking team.
now. I just gotta say something right now. Kings Raw, look here, brother. Listen, man. I gotta. Y'all gonna find this shocking, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't agree with that shit. I don't
Say it.
agree with that shit because I'm gonna tell you something. I done told y'all to quit coming on the damn show saying the truth about that shit. Y'all got to tell these motherfuckers what they want to hear. You can't be talking that shit. I done told y'all about that. I done told y'all about that. Kings Raw, you come on here and it's raw. Okay, you can't be doing that shit. You got to ease into that. You got to ease into these vagina feeling ass people. You got to ease into these virgin feelings right here. You can't just plow and do everything like that. I done told your ass about that. Now. I
No,
done
you don't.
told you.
You already know I'm
Now you
like
speaking the
DMX.
truth.
You know I'm like DMX. I'm coming in there raw, baby. That's all I know.
Yeah. Hey, but
Yeah.
listen, you telling the truth now. But let me ask y'all a question though. Out of all of this offensive threat and everything that we got about this, does anybody ever think about this faction? What about if Mensah fuck around and get hurt? Who's behind
Yeah,
it?
Oh,
thought about that.
I mean,
Luke
Darian
Nickel.
or Nickel at this point, or Judd, if he's still on the team. I
Who?
mean, at this point. Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
Nickel.
Luke Nickel,
And we
Mm.
haven't
Darian
Arion
seen
Coleman,
Coleman
Judd
and
and
Judd
Anderson. Judd
Anderson.
Anderson.
let
Yep.
me
So,
ask y'all a question. Um, okay, they're behind him. Okay. Has anybody ever seen any reps from any of these people? From these quarterbacks, from these young men? To see what
Oh,
they actually
like
look like?
live reps. Yeah. I mean,
Luke, I
not
seen
much.
Luke and got a couple of reps in, but he didn't look all that good. And I mean, Darion is straight high school hype. So no, you haven't had
Mhm.
it.
Well, that's the other thing
So
that I can argue too, Chris, and sorry to cut you off, but what Anthony brought up about the reps, we've not been able to get any reps because we've not blown the fuck out of anybody. Sure, we've won a game, but we need to put
mm,
asses and teams away in the first half so you can
mm,
play these damn kids and give them a chance.
mm,
I'm being serious. I mean, that's how we got better back in that
mm,
early runs because we whipped everybody's ass. People got playing time because we wanted to rest the people. You know, people had their shoulder pads
mm,
off at halftime.
But
You
here's
know,
the
shit.
thing, Stallion, that I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are not understanding. We say that, but we got to remember something. In this day and age with NIL, you ain't coming out the game even if you're up big, because what's
Yeah,
going to happen
also,
is
you got to get your
you're getting
numbers. Yeah,
paid all these big bucks, and part of the
yeah,
agreement is you have to stay in the game. So
facts.
you could have
Very
got
true.
some meaningful reps from some of these backups in those last 4 games when Miami went up big. Beck never came out with his broke arm ass. Period.
mm.
Nope.
And Larry Frank, quick question though. And to piggyback on this question, and this is going to open up another can of worms. You are absolutely right with the NIL because you have to go ahead and you have to get your numbers. But happens if by any chance, and I'm sorry if I'm the type of person that likes to look at the glass half empty, half full, or half whatever the heck case you want to say. Fuck you. I don't give a damn. This is my opinion. So listen, this
Speak
is
your
just how
piece,
I'm
man.
thinking about it because I'm thinking about it more than just what's on the field. I'm thinking about the projection of every other game.
Right.
So as Larry Frank was saying, yeah, you're not gonna come out we broke down on Beck because basically he was in there to get his numbers. But what would have happened if God forbid something would have happened and he would have fucked up while trying to get his numbers when he was already supposed to be out? Then what
Yeah.
do you do?
We'd have been watching the
What
playoffs.
happens if he doesn't? What about if he doesn't get up
Yeah.
from one of those hard hits, like how he took it at what did he take that hard hit at? And at Ole
Oh,
Miss.
well, he took that hit, but he also took the one at the end, and some people were saying he was concussed
In
on that last
Indiana.
drive. You know, I
What
mean,
what
so
what about if that would have happened and then he would have gotten hurt? Then what would have happened? You see what I'm
It was-
saying? And it's not, I don't want to sit here and be the Debbie Downer of everything. I'm just looking at it realistically because who is behind him that we have developed that can take his place, that we can put into that place, and it will not look like a drop off
I
because
tell
we
you,
put somebody else in, it's going to be a massive drop off. But
that's
my
not it.
question is, with
go
all
ahead,
the
Kane
money
Straw.
for NIL that we have, what money are we putting into these coaches in order for them to develop these players for that not to happen? Someone explain
Preach.
that shit to me.
So all
Go
you
ahead, Kane
doing is
Straw.
all you doing is going back to what I said with Coach Dawson, because Coach Dawson's supposed to be the quarterback coach and the coordinator. So get his ass out of there, get rid of
Man,
quarterback coach. That's number one. Number two, all they're gonna do is just throw Tony back there because they feel like he can do every goddamn thing. Not saying the boy ain't amazing, but they will throw him back there because they already don't show that he can throw it. If we go that desperation. Now, as far as like you talking about our real quarterbacks, the only one that might have been ready if he would have stayed would have been Emory, and he would have been just good for running the ball. Other than that, you gonna sit there and throw in a freshman quarterback, and I ain't gonna lie, maybe Luke probably throw the balls accurate enough to get in little tunnel passes because that's all it really was calling the tunnel passes, screen, little slant passes and stuff like that. I mean, he probably complete those at best. But as far as like throwing it deep, we didn't really see that many deep passes accurately anyway from Beck. So it really, if he would have got hurt, one of them quarterbacks could have stepped in for a little bit. I hate to say it like that, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's definitely. Here's the other thing too, and I really can't stand the fact that we even have to even say like something beforehand, like, "Hey, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer." No, these are things that everybody needs to understand because when it happens, and then you go, "Why did this happen?" Well, we gave you this scenario. We didn't want it to happen, but what if it did happen? I mean, everything went pretty well this season, with the exception of the mid-season lull. But even then, we saw things that should have been taken care of. Like, for example, the Florida State thing. That should have never happened where they fucking came back like that. You should have put
ever.
your fucking foot on their throat in 150. I mean, we should have been throwing that little midget quarterback against the damn goalpost like they like to show that shot of Scott Covington getting thrown in that 47-0 ass whipping we took in 97 up there. We should have been doing that to that little midget Castellanos or whatever like that. But instead, we're having a dogfight hoping to just hold on and win when we should have been giving them the ass whipping that their ancestors felt. I mean, honestly, and I'm just saying that it's like that's the thing that I want Miami fans to be prepared for because I got a lot of criticism because I didn't believe at times that this offensive line could hold up. And let me tell you this, yes, they did prove to be something throughout at the end of the year. But guys, in that midseason lull, and even in that Gator game, they weren't pushing those guys around the way we were hoping they were. And yet I even brought that up and got criticized for it. Oh, offensive line, we're solid. Are we? And then I even brought up the fact about receiver. Like I said, look, CJ had a nice career, but he had been injury prone. I didn't know much about Tony Johnson or Keelan Marion. And we were hoping that Moore and Marion would step up, but we'd been told that freshmen have done good only to never see them. So it's like
We put
these
all
were
our eggs
questions
in the
going into
JoJo
the year.
basket, bro. We
We
put
did,
all our
yes.
eggs in the JoJo basket.
Yes.
And the
Thank
thing
you. I
about
forgot
it
about that.
was
Yeah.
Malachi Tony over exceeded the expectations as a 17-year-old that turned
And thank
18
God
that
he
should have
did.
been a senior in high school. Thank God he did. And all of the expectations that were put into the JoJo basket, or the eggs rather, that were put into the JoJo basket got crushed.
Yep. Canesro, what is your thoughts on the schedule, by the way, brother? I'd really like to. What did you think? I mean, like, and I get where Larry's coming from the fact that, yes, we are on Friday nights 3 times and, we will be the only game on. But at the same time, then you look at the ACC making this ridiculousness to put the damn championship game when they had the primetime spot at 8. Now they're putting it at noon in Charlotte, and it's like, I mean, are you serious right now? Do you even want to be a competitive in football? Like, honestly, that it's just absurd, man, to me that we're the brand. It's not fucking Clemson and Florida State anymore. It's Miami, and you're putting them 3 times on a Friday night. Our first game on a Saturday, guys, is against that shark fucker McElwain in Central Michigan. I'm being serious. At the end of September, is he even still their coach? The shark fucker with his spray tan.
I don't know.
I mean, shit. So I have to look that up. But that just is inexcusable to me that we don't even have a Saturday game until a week before, like what Anthony said his trap game was Clemson on the road. So you don't even have the right preparation to get ready for a Saturday game against a major opponent that we all know the ACC loves to suck off. We really do. They've always loved Clemson. So, yep. But what's your thoughts on the schedule, Canes Raw?
I mean, it's just to me the schedule. It don't make me no damn difference. As long as I got to see what Shannon Dawson doing. I'm sorry. That's my whole thing. Like defense, I understand we got to replace a lot of talent on defense with the wall, but I got way more confidence in Heatherman than anything. As long as he got enough depth. If he got enough depth, he good. But I just know Shannon Dawson and that quarterback that we got from Duke and that wide receiver, you're not running the same routes or that wide receiver that you ran at Duke. You're not gonna be looking at the same plays you had at Duke, where you can just get it how you want with the short plays or whatever. And that's all I'm worried about. That schedule don't mean shit. If they just come and execute and be more disciplined this season, then after that shit, it don't matter what day we play on or what time.
You're right.
And we really can't we can't really decide how good the team is probably about like mid-season. But this is the year I expect us to go pretty far. When the AC championship, we go pretty far in the playoff again. I ain't gonna say national championship, but win the AC championship for sure and go deep in the playoff. That's my expectation for real for them this season. But I can't, at the same time, when I look at it, I still got to see if Shannon Dawson ain't gonna hinder this quarterback like he did Cam Ward, because I feel like he hindered Cam Ward too, because those plays wasn't meant. That's why he always had to run. You ever paid attention to that? He always had to run and make a play, because the fact is those route trees out of wide receivers was not good. Like, it was too long to develop. He didn't have no dump routes like he needed to, for real. I mean, then after that, your tight end play, you didn't like Shannon Dawson. What you doing?
I don't like how we do. I don't like how we do too much 3 sets on the right. Like, why don't we spread it out? And we almost have like too many guys in one area. You know what I mean, and so forth. And I just don't like that. Like, I mean, use your talent, spread it out. And again, they don't even involve really the running backs in the pass game, which really just baffles me, because you've got guys that can catch the ball, and damn, you give them a little bit of an inch, man, they can be gone. Especially a guy like Pringle. Go ahead, Larry.
Think about this. If you would have, how dangerous would they have been if they would have did a halfback screen to the right side, which is the strong side?
Oh my God.
With Maui, Noah, and you know them guys running on that side.
Cooper, and there's Cooper on that side.
Cooper was another one, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I don't get it, man.
This all goes back to my thing with Shannon Dawson. I mean, people tell me, "Hey, shut the fuck up," because we'll be happy. But listen, when you haven't played ball and you tell somebody that has played ball to shut up because you don't like an actual observation that they're making from a position of having been, even though it was a lesser degree, I'm not, not college, but on a high school level, somebody who has actually been in some of those positions, I mean, that tells me all I need to know. And that's why I stopped talking with a lot of those people. Because
you know what?
I don't even entertain it anymore. I don't.
You know what?
Brandon, hang with me. Brandon Brock, hang with me. He's backstage, so yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, Larry Frank. When it comes to people that got something to do with that, and I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna back you on this, brother. For anybody that's out there that got a problem with a person who, you said you played football, correct, right, Larry Frank?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. And you played too, right, Kings Raw?
Alabama State.
Okay. Stallion, did you play football?
I did. I almost had a ride. I got hurt and I couldn't go to Elon. So yeah.
Okay. So here's my whole thing. I'm the only one here that has not played football. Okay. But I am the one that actually understands football.
You have football knowledge.
I have football knowledge.
Yes.
So here's my thing with this. For anyone that does not have any football knowledge, and who has, and for those who have not ever played the game, I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me good and hear me clearly. I want you to take everything that you have and shut the fuck up with a capital T. Okay. So until you actually know what the fuck you are talking about, and until
That
you
part.
can actually, instead of you having just a one with blinders on, with knowing that that right side was open all day for 4 quarters
Yeah.
for Miami, and for
Mm-hmm.
them not to run it to that side, because why, whenever we got into the third quarter, Mark Fletcher broke out that 59-yard run and went to the house, and there was nobody there, and they kept doing it. But what was the problem? We got away from it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
kept
He
getting
didn't
away
feel
from
the
it.
game.
Why did
He
you
didn't
keep
feel that
why did you
game.
keep running through the A gap when you know that they're gonna put 8 in the box? They're putting 8
Yep.
to the box and they're going to the left. What do? You do the opposite. You run to the right, you simple bitch. Okay?
Yep.
It's not
Yep.
fucking hard.
And the best
Cri-
part, and the
You
thing
make
about
it
that
hard.
is the obvious adjustment that I saw when they plugged up those A gaps, run to the right side and either run B gap or off tackle.
Yep.
Right?
I
And
got
left it
I got one for
and
you
left
guys.
them confused.
I got one for you guys. Nothing was more meaningful to me with how stupid we made Indiana's defense look on that counter by Fletcher when he walked into the fucking end zone. The counter was there all game long. We
All
used to
night.
run that shit all the time with Don Soldinger back in the day. Sure, you had special backs with Portis and Jackson and all those guys, but the counter was fucking enormous back in the day, and we made their defense look stupid. And we didn't, and we waited till the third or fourth quarter to run that. The halfback
And see,
counter.
I blame that, and I
Unbelievable.
blame that on Dawson, because that's
Yes.
play calling, that's
And not
coaching.
feeling the game.
Okay.
That's
And it's
correct.
and for you, and I feel, to be honest with you, he don't even know what the fuck he doing half the time.
He don't.
Okay, because to be honest with you, those players bail him out. Okay, because one thing about it, his play calling is ass water. Okay,
Yes, it is.
Cam Ward made him look good. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
TVD told him the truth. That
Yep.
showed him the truth. Cam Ward mirrored it.
Yep. Yeah, because if
He
you
he
think about
covered
it,
it.
Cam had the same players that TVD had. I mean, think about if Cam Ward
Mhm.
had the skill players we just had this past year, or even what Mensah's going to get this next
And
year.
I'm gonna be bold enough to say this: if we would have went ahead and we would have had Cam Ward, and I'm gonna say it, I said it before, and I'm gonna say it a fucking again. If we would have had Cam Ward this year, we would be 2026 national champions.
Oh, no doubt. No
You want to
fucking
know
doubt.
how close Miami
No
was
doubt
to
in my
being
mind.
how good Miami is and how close Miami is to being a force? Miami ain't lost a game by double digits since 23 when TVD was the quarterback. As bad and
Yep.
atrocious as that defense
Hmm.
was in 2024, they did
Yeah.
not lose a game by more than single digits. That's
Yeah.
number
Six
one. And
six
you were
points, something
this
like
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
close. If you put these two pieces together, the offense and the defense, Miami pretty much probably rolls 2 straight years without a loss. That's how
Yep.
close they were. Because every
That's
last
right.
one of those losses over 2 years, Miami could have and should have won those games.
Yep, yep.
I got
Canes Raw. I want to give you 1 minute to finish up because I got Brandon Brock waiting backstage. So go
I
ahead,
only got
brother.
I only got two more things to say.
Go
One,
for it.
far as the team collectively, this is the most balanced team we don't had in years, except the quarterback position and tight end. Uh, and secondly, hey, Larry Frank,
Yes,
tell
sir.
Shine I'm back on the market, and get at me. All right, y'all, go
I
Kane.
love you, man.
Hit
Go
stick, bust
Canes.
it.
Go Canes,
Thank you,
brother.
Canes Raw. Come back
Go
next week,
Canes,
brother.
man.
You bet.
My man,
Brandon
Canes Raw
Brock,
trying to
thanks
get
for
greasy.
Brandon Brock, thanks for hanging with us, brother. You are on Stallion Speaks. Speak your
Hey,
piece.
hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on? As
What's up?
y'all already
I
know,
hear
I'm
you
Go
great.
Kane.
What up?
I'm Go Canes 100%. What's up, Chris Kane, my boy?
What up with you? What up with you?
Man, not too much, man.
See.
But I was just calling in, man, just because I just like the dialogue. Didn't really have too much of a point I really wanted to stress, man. Just wanted to just say the quest for six is on.
Yep. Yep.
Hopefully it'll come through for us. With the
Brendan, can I ask you a question real quick? Because we haven't talked about it yet. So much is being focused on this offense. What about this defense? I mean, we've got some guys we got to replace in Ruben and Akeem and Jacoby and Keontae who were phenomenal this past year. I mean, what's your thoughts on what we've got coming back defensively? As well as Heatherman in year two. What are you seeing there, in your opinion?
I think we got him. I think we got him. The only thing that I would say, I hope don't happen is too much of the like inconsistency. Like you might see Justin Scott start a game, and then like the next 2 or 3 games he don't start. Then again, like he back in the start line, I'll be like, what is going on with all that dumb shit? Like, like get consistent with your core guys, and then you give your guys a break, give them a rest, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's gonna be the only thing right there is just, are we gonna be consistent in who the starters are week to week? I understand injuries happen, but if a guy ain't injured, there's no explanation for how come he didn't start or even play, this entire game or whatever. Like, that could just be the old school in me, but
I think it's a fabulous fucking point. I think it's a fabulous point, and I'm gonna I'll give another one to you guys. We're bringing in 2 fucking kickers, one from Northwestern, one from Florida State, in Jake Weinberg and Jack Olson. And here's the question: we cannot have a kicker like be doinking them off the damn goalpost, and you're putting him to try to get points right before halftime when he's been shaky when it mattered most. I mean, we need to fucking have this offense be rolling and getting touchdowns, man. I'm telling you.
Can we get Lou Headley back, please? Can we get him back? Please.
No. I think what they really need to do is go to the middle school or the elementary school and go grab another Borregales and start getting him ready right now.
Yeah.
Please.
Sure, man. I don't.
Hey, let me ask you this. You talk about a guy that you wish you had this past year. Borregales makes sure that we get points every time.
He was money. He was money.
Money. Both of them.
And to be honest, it really didn't matter which Borregales you got.
Damn right.
Right.
The whole
I wish there was a third son. So
and that's the only and to be honest with y'all, if you really think about it, that's the only position that never fell off. You put one in, there wasn't no drop off. If you really think about it, the kickers.
They didn't both go to the same schools or whatever. They almost kind of like them Grammatica brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like
without tearing ACLs on celebrations.
Hey, I'll go a step further. We took Borregales because he kicked the damn game winner for FIU, talking about that garbage Chris Kane of us losing in the damn Marlins Stadium to FIU. Lowest of the lows, man. That was the lowest of the lows, man.
When I tell you I wanted to choke the shit out of Manny right there on that damn sideline. I mean, choke. I wanted to shake the gel. I wanted to shake the pro style gel out of his damn head. Slap that shit, and you sitting up there. I mean,
Jaron Williams, getting high the night before and not really taking it seriously. I mean, this is just
this is what people forget about that Jaron Williams situation. The inconsistencies at quarterback, even, and that's why I say they get on us about Mario, but this goes back way before Mario because N'Kosi Perry, who to me was at that time your most consistent quarterback, you just wouldn't roll with him. Jaron Williams threatened to transfer, so Manny decides to let him be the starter going into the Florida game in 2019 just so he wouldn't leave. But N'Kosi Perry was the one that, like I said, I guess he got in the doghouse because he was banging the kicker's girlfriend, but hey, here's what it is. She gave it up, what you supposed to do. But when it was all said and done, then fast forward, Jaron Williams leaves, De'Aaron King comes in, he gets hurt in the bowl game against Oklahoma State. N'Kosi Perry comes in and then he winds up transferring. And I thought N'Kosi Perry really got a raw deal. He really got a raw deal.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, we have to address these things. I mean, we're too close to getting where we need to get to, and this shit needs to get cleaned up over these next 8 months. It really does. So yeah,
because it's the truth, man. The offensive coordinator hasn't shown us anything. And I'm just telling you the truth.
Facts. Say it again. Say it again, damn it. So
Mario has this loyalty thing about him. But I guess, in a sense, it's good because I guess maybe he's saying, well, I can understand how it is as a coach, you on the move all the time or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you got to do what you got to do. To me, and if my best friend was on here, he could tell you all of even last season with Cam Ward, I wasn't impressed. I'm just telling you the truth. I wasn't, but I don't just ride down on it so hard because I understand that Cam Ward didn't come here for us to win ACC championship, make it to the college football playoffs. And all that. No, he came here to improve his draft stock, and that's exactly what he did. But I kept complaining.
Brandon, can I
about,
throw
why
something
didn't
out there? Brandon, I want you to keep your train of thought, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just brought up something that I need to highlight real quick. Look no further than the fucking Syracuse game. You're up 21-0, and then you start being cute, interchanging people and changing your play calling and not using the same shit that was working against their shitty fucking defense, and you allowed them to come back knowing your defense couldn't stop a preschool. Keep going, though. That right there shows
the play calling wasn't good. It's just that Cam Ward could make plays. It's just that plain and simple. And you know what I'm saying? But I was like, it's still Cam Ward to Restrepo. It's still this running these dumb ass plays, and we had running backs that was much more explosive than just keeping it, the same freaking plays up that A gap. I was like, this shit is frustrating me. Like, what's supposed to be going on here? And there was a guy earlier who mentioned something about the deep passes. And I was like, that's been my issue too. It's like we don't see enough deep passes. So is that the offensive coordinator? Is it that we don't have the quarterback, or is it that we ain't got the receivers and they ain't did a good job in evaluating these receivers that they done brought in?
Well, and that was my thought. That was my thought before this all came out. That Beck just wasn't there. The same arm that he had at Georgia was not there that we had. If he had the arm at Georgia and never had the injury or whatever, oh come on, man, he makes that pass like nothing.
Beck year one starter at Georgia does it. Now, like I said, I don't know how much of that was, because if you look in year two, he started regressing in year two before the injury in the SEC championship game.
And he lost Bowers, he lost Ladd McConkey.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't have the same guys.
Have the receivers. Georgia's been down with receivers, under Kirby Smart, but like that's been the issue too. Like that was part of what frustrated Tyler Van Dyke with Rhett Lashley. That's that year when Tyler Van Dyke started like those last 5 or 6 games or something like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. In my mind, he was magnificent. The boy was absolutely magnificent. I went into that offseason again. My best friend can tell you, I was like, if Mario is a coach, because Mario had just came in his first year. I said, if Mario is a coach, I said, we going far because we got a quarterback, bro. I said, we got us a quarterback because he had receivers he was going downfield with. And then Hartley and Rambo left, and it was kind of like Jacoby George and Kobe Young that was supposed to be them dudes.
And then you had Gaddis, and then you had Gaddis masturbating in the bathroom and not.
Oh God!
He up there jerking. His lady can't mop the bathroom in peace because he's up there jerking off, trying to have a happy ending in front of that woman.
God, I forgot.
If he approached football like he approached pleasuring himself in front of freaking janitors, we might have did so.
Man, I forgot all about for Dingaling boy. I forgot all about his ass.
26 runs in a row that motherfucker did. 26 runs in a row. I was just asking for 3 in this national title game. We couldn't even get that from Dawson. Gaddis would have ran it 26 fucking times in a row. Michigan Big Ten style. I mean, jeez.
Oh, God, man. I forgot all about this.
Mark Fletcher is actually a great running back, but you got to change it up how you like quit having him doing just the same runs. Now, the only thing that can frustrate me about Mark is he don't improvise. I loved that so much about A.J. Allen. A.J. Allen could improvise. He didn't give a fuck. The play broke down this way. He was going to take it another way. Mark Fletcher kind of going to run, the way the play is designed, stuff like that.
And Brother Brock, that's the problem that I have with freaking Shannon Dawson, because anybody that played ball will tell you that if you call a gap, it's on you. Left gap, right a gap. If you see where something's getting plugged up, change it up and go to the other side, and he won't do it.
Exactly.
Like what was
Dawson don't know what the hell he be doing. And I'm telling you, Dawson is the type of person that has knee pads on his knees for Mario. Okay, he showed a little bit of gumption or whatever it was against whatever team. What was that? SMU.
SMU when they had the little fight.
They had the argument.
They had the little argument or whatever, and they're going Mario putting his hand on his shoulder like it's the morning after. Like, what the hell is wrong with that shit, man? Like, I don't get that. Like, you is as dumb as a box of rocks. You sit up here and you let Fran Brown last you with that same damn offense come in there with one of the generational quarterbacks, and you sit there and you lie down, and God only knows when the last time that man took a bath. Okay,
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right,
because he
man. In
said he
fact,
ain't
doesn't
no.
bathe unless they win.
oh, that
You think about
bastard,
that. Ain't no way in the
Smelly
world.
fucker.
How,
dirty motherfucker.
Who said that? Fran Brown?
Fran
Fran
Brown.
Brown. Fran
Fran
Brown
Brown.
said
He
he
don't
does.
shower if they don't win.
He said if Syracuse loses, he don't take a shower. So that
so do
stanky,
you
smelly
know? So
motherfucker. Go ahead, Chris.
man, I'm gonna tell you right now, for somebody to smell like that, him and Satan gotta be tight. Cause ain't no way in the hell you gotta be sitting up there smelling like a whole bunch of you be smelling like a bag of ass. You
Oh,
smell like a bag of ass, bro.
Yep, he
Okay?
likes extra cheese on his dick. Honestly, so what can I say? So
Oh,
shit. I
Listen,
mean,
listen. I'm gonna say this. The last thing I'm gonna say on this subject here,
yeah,
because
yeah. Because
we've all been here.
I got Jay waiting
Yeah,
backstage.
let me get this
Patiently.
out the way. We've all been young and we've all not been,
Sure.
as good with our cleanliness and cleaning habits, from our younger days as kids and all of that. Listen, when them butt cheeks start sticking together, you got a problem.
Yep.
man, listen,
Yep.
but see, that's the difference though, Larry Frank. That's kids. That's kids. That's things with kids. We talking about a grown ass man that make money. You mean to tell me you can't get no Ivory soap? You can't get no Dove? You can't get no Irish Spring? You can't get no body wash? You can't just get something that just say soap? You can't get no Dial soap? You can't get none of that? And you mean to tell me I can imagine. I can imagine the soot that comes off of your neck. I bet you when he get in water, that bitch look like Nestle Quick.
Only on Stallion Speaks will you go
Only on
from
Stallion
football to
Speaks.
washing your ass. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
leave
true.
it.
Ain't no
Hey,
way in
hey,
the hell.
you're
Ain't no
right. No,
way
you're
in the
absolutely
hell.
right. So, Jay, oh no, Jay was on. I had him ready to go. I don't know where he went. Jay, you were on. Come
Probably
back,
got
Jay.
nut cheese.
Honestly,
Probably man, nasty ass sit on the damn toilet. Probably got nut cheese all on the damn toilet. Raggedy bitch.
Fran Brown clothes sounds like Velcro coming. I mean, it's true, man. He's a dirty ass motherfucker.
Hey
Hey, Jay.
Stallion, I bet you this. I bet you this. I bet you when he get off the bed, I bet you it look like a white chalk outline
It
filled
does,
in.
man.
oh man.
Oh man, it smells like the strip club at 2:30 in the morning in the VIP
Mm,
room, brother.
Oh
So,
man.
Jay,
mm.
welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Brother, speak your piece. You are on Stallion Speaks. Jay's in the building.
What's going on, fellas? Good night.
What
Hope
up, Jay?
everybody good,
Good
having a
night,
What's
blessed
buddy.
good?
What's
night
up?
What's
weekend.
good?
Shit, dealing with this fucking cold weather, man. It's
It's awful.
44 down here right now in Miami, man. But
It's 12 here in Knoxville, and I've just got snow and trying to find my ass way to work tomorrow in the hazardous roads. But keep going. So
Damn,
yeah.
um,
damn.
I think. Well, I'm not gonna say I think. I know next year offense is gonna. I know next year offense is gonna need a little bit of changing because it's certain things that I didn't like in the Indiana game that I think Mario would want to talk to Dawson about. I think the receivers we have coming in now could stretch the field. When Van Jacobs, the South Carolina receiver, he's gonna be able to stretch the field. Um, Cam Vaughn gonna be able to stretch the field. It was a lot. Even though we had a good year, I'm not gonna knock the bad things we did, but I kind of appreciate us taking a step forward every year. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Cause
absolutely.
a
Mm-hmm.
lot coming from a Middle Tennessee loss to all the way in the fourth year, winning
Hmm.
almost close to winning the championship and not getting it done. It takes a lot out of you. You get what I'm saying? Dealing with
Yeah.
transfer portals, dealing with kids complaining to their parents. Mario even said you got to come pick up your child. To all that mess, you get what I'm saying. So I'm kind of appreciative every year Mario give us something to look forward to. You get what I'm saying. So I do appreciate that. But I also
Hey Jay, can you hold your train of thought real quick? Do you know what I dealt with this past year in the high school ranks? I dealt with parents mad that I didn't tell the PA announcer how to pronounce their son's name correctly. I mean, and I'm thinking to myself, if he can make a damn play on the field, no disrespect, you know.
right.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm more worried about them making a play. I don't give a damn if they're, make a play so I can call your name out correctly. That's the generation now. But go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
Now
just
you
get that out.
now you-
Just
now you good.
yeah.
I feel like this team is going to be a great balanced team. I feel like this team is going to put up a lot of points, and I love how we're ranked number 4 in the transfer portals, but the pickups we had, it was like quality over quantity. You get what I'm
Correct.
saying? So you had
Yes.
quality pickups that you needed, and then it also showed that we're not going to really rely on transfer portal. we're gonna also recruit because we have 30 recruits coming in, and all
Correct.
those guys are already a pump up. And I don't know if you know, but a lot of these juniors and seniors, these freshmen coming in to steal jobs.
Mm-hmm.
What I want people to understand is, and I hope Kevin Beard does it. I need to see a lot of rotation from the receiver side, because if a freshman is balling in the
You play
camp
it.
in the spring and the summer, I don't give a
Yes.
fuck if you came in for 1 year rental. Get the fuck out the way.
Say
And I
it
mean
again.
it.
Say it
Facts.
again,
And I
damn
mean
it.
it. Like
Say it again.
If Samorian Wingo is balling or Van Spafford is balling, even if Kellen Wiley looks way better than Chase Smith, listen, I know you stayed, but I got to put my best personnel on the field. You get what
Yes.
I'm saying? And I feel
Yes.
like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, bro, this is how competition is. I'm not. Somebody said something to me the other day about, and this is not to mock JoJo, but he said back in the day when a senior have a freshman play, the senior's supposed to lead the freshman. Like, hey, you got to get to the back of, like, they supposed to show like leadership. There
Yes.
was no, if it wasn't Daniels, it was Tony. Tony was leading by example. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? Tony's not a talker, but he was leading by example on the field. You get
Yep.
what I'm saying? And I felt like this year now, I feel like he's gonna take another level and another step. Like I keep saying, if Shannon Dawson don't call these bullshit plays, like I was watching versus fucking Ole Miss. We at the fucking 30, we driving down the fucking field, and he do the
Mm-hmm.
Malley cat out of the blue. Why the
Oh, I
Yes.
fuck are you
know.
doing the
Oh,
Malley cat? I don't like,
Right.
it's like calling the wrong plays at the wrong fucking time, and then when you call and then you doing a fucking 5 wide
facts.
when you at the fucking 30, at your own 30 when the running game is balling. So it's
And
like
you're dog
calling the wrong
fucking their
play.
defense. I mean, you're
Yeah,
straight dog fucking them down the field.
I
You're right, man.
so it's like I'm thinking to my head. I'm like, when we want you to call a Malley cat, you don't, but you call it when Mark Fletcher is ripping off 10, 12 yards of carry. So okay,
Facts.
are you teasing us? Are you stroking our ego, or are you just playing around at this point? Miami is never about the personnel with Miami. It's always the play calling. It was never about the personnel. It would have never been about the personnel, because you got to understand, bro. Majority of skilled players come from either Florida, Louisiana, or Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
it's never about the fucking players or personnel. You got a whole bunch of fucking Ferraris, a whole bunch of fucking Lambos, but it depends on who the fuck is in the driver. Is it Kyle
Right.
Hamilton? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It depends on who's fucking driving. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you got to understand, Mario is an elite recruit. Mario recruited my cousin. Recruiting my cousin. So I already know Mario is an elite recruit, and he's coming underneath the Nick Saban branch of recruiting. You get what I'm saying? Because when Saban wants you, he wants you. So it's not, imagine this. Imagine if you are a OC or a DC for University of Miami, and Mario said, listen, I don't even need you to the fucking recruit. I'll recruit. I'll give you the players. I just need to do the right play calling. That's all Shannon has to do. You
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
don't have to
Correct.
recruit. I just need you to do play calling. It's always the fucking play calling. The wrong. You ever heard being at the wrong place at the wrong time? That's Shannon Dawson running the wrong fucking play at the wrong time. The first fucking play of the championship, Mark Fletcher ripped off for 9 yards. 9 fucking yards. All of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden, they stuff on the right side, run to the left,
Mm-hmm.
incorporate Pringle on the screenplay.
Yep.
None of that shit.
None of
None
that.
of that shit. As
Passed
much
it
as
7 out of the next 9 times, brother.
it
Unexcusable.
Mm.
it hurts me, but I know for a fact, this is what I'm gonna tell people. Shannon Dawson is not gonna help Mensah. Mensah is gonna help this offense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people it's not Shannon Dawson is gonna help the offense. Mensah is gonna help the offense, because there's some limitations that Beck had. Couldn't roll out, couldn't do certain things. When he should have run, he don't run. Like on that last play was a clear path. He could have run and picked up some extra yards, because I believe we still had a timeout left. He didn't run. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, like I keep saying, I don't give a fuck if you're a redshirt senior, if you're a redshirt junior. If that freshman is coming in, you know what I'm saying? If that freshman is fucking coming in and balling, he deserves to be on the field. Just like how
Yes.
Tony came in and was balling, and Ray Ray and JoJo had the fucking you just not performing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking you out the game and Tony balling. I need the same thing. I need the fucking same thing. I need them going into spring practice with a blank shirt. You got to earn that UM logo. You got to earn that shit.
Come on,
That's
now.
just how I
Can
feel.
I throw this out there? Can I throw this out there to everybody, even the chat box as well? You recruited these players. When is that trust going to be there? Because that's been one of my criticisms of Mario. Like you said, to piggyback off of what you said, if they can play, they can play. You need to get them out there, and you need to trust them to get it done. Because why are they even here at the University of Miami in the first place? He himself said it wasn't looking like it was supposed to when he first got here. He didn't know what we were doing, previous staffs. Well, you've brought in some guys. Some have worked out, some have not. But for the ones that have worked out, you need to make sure that the best players are on the field and you unleash them. Do not fucking neuter them. I mean that. I mean
And
that
uh,
with everything.
and another thing I'm gonna say, and people in the chat might disagree with me because of the way how the college landscape is going right now. I don't want to going every off season, going in the transfer portal and looking for a fucking quarterback.
You're right.
I do not want that every fucking year. You have Darion Coleman, you have Luke Nickel, you probably have Judd, and you're probably going to recruit another quarterback, right?
You should. Yeah. I mean, they're
This
looking at
is
some
my
big time
this is
names, supposedly.
Well,
So, yeah.
Luke will be transferring eventually.
and you know what? I want to know who's the quarterback coach, and if
Dawson.
there is a quarterback coach,
There is none.
Yeah. None.
and that's
There is
the
none.
fucking problem. And
Yep,
that's the
yep.
fucking problem. Because guys, I want you to be real with me right now. What if we didn't get Mensah? What if Mensah pulled what Washington quarterback did? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to deal with the legal lawsuit. I'm gonna just stay at Duke. What the fuck would have happened?
They would have had to beg Emory not to go to East Carolina. Am I
But
wrong with that, guys?
Emery
Or would
already
they would
made
have
up
gone
in
with
his
Nickel?
mind.
Yeah, Emory had left. Emory had already
left.
left and went to East Carolina, so they would have been stuck with a freshman quarterback.
We would have been
So
either
what?
Darian or
But
Luke.
I say that, Jay, to say this. I keep on saying, you look at C.J. Carr at Notre Dame. You look at Julian Sayin, even though he was a transfer from Alabama, he played his first snaps in college at Ohio State.
Facts.
My thing is, you can roll the dice on some of these freshmen when it calls for that. You just have to make your mind up. You have to do it. Now, the difference that they have at those schools that you don't have at Miami, quarterback development. Me and Devin been screaming about quarterback development ever since we've been on Utah through different coaching administrations. The point I'm making is, as I said before, you just saw Emory leave after sitting for 3 years. Darian Mensah is pulling a Cam Ward. He is coming to Miami and getting paid with the hopes of getting his draft stock up because he will be eligible next year. If he balls out, as it seems that he will, as it's being perceived, if he gets the Heisman, as they're saying that he's going to be a Heisman front runner, you got one and done with him. And then what's going to happen? You're going to go into the portal for another quarterback. And as I said before, quarterbacks ain't sitting beyond 3 years. When you get to that third year, they're out of here. So I expect Luke Nickel to transfer next year. And now Darion Coleman will be on the clock because he'll be going into his second year. They're not going to develop quarterbacks, bro, period.
Yep, and that's why you got to blow people out to get them the reps, honestly. And that way they can show that they're part of this fucking team and they're the quarterback of the future, like we used to do.
But you know what's the downside of the recruiting trail too? When a quarterback gets offered by UM, you know what that coach is gonna say? Well, you know UM is a transfer portal quarterback place, so you know you're not gonna get developed there. So now your recruiting trail for quarterbacks go down because it's gonna be a fucking trail, paper trail. They come and they go.
Right, and the truth is there.
The last quarterback coach they had was Ponce. Was fucking Ponce.
And they wasted him.
Do you want to know how you can go ahead on and take care of kill two birds with one stone? I know it won't be a popular decision, but I promise you it would work. When Dawson finally gets out of here, right?
Make the quarterback coach the OC.
Here's the deal. You want to know who you can go get right now that your offense will be balling and your quarterbacks will be looking good?
Who?
But he won't be a popular decision? Go get Art Briles.
Why not?
Go get him. What have you got to lose?
Where did he come from, Larry Frank? I forgot.
He used to coach at Baylor.
Yeah, he just got in trouble, but that's all long gone. I mean, everybody gets a second chance.
Long done. Yeah, everybody gets second chances. Art Briles is literally sitting at his house, has been for the last couple of years doing nothing. He's one of the guys before we got Dawson that I was hoping they would have got. Go get Art Browse.
And they would run a tempo that would leave everybody hogging air.
Yes. Remember RG3? Remember RG3 Baylor and how they were lighting it up? He made RG3.
Yeah, he was coaching then, right? He was coaching that team then, right? Yeah,
He was the coach.
yeah. Because I was about to say, because if he was coaching with RG3, then yeah, we need to go get him. We need.
So, somebody even threw out Ken Dorsey, which I think Dorsey just likes the NFL too much. I think that's what that is all
Dorsey,
about.
When Shannon Dawson interviewed for the job, who else did they interview for the OC job? Do anybody know?
Question.
Shannon was their fourth or their fifth choice.
They got turned down by Golish, who had just taken the South Florida job, who's now at Auburn. So they really wanted Golish, but Golish was getting a head coaching job. He wasn't going to go from OC at Tennessee to OC at Miami. So yeah.
Hey, Stallion, didn't he also get turned down? Mario also get turned down by that one guy that was over there at Toledo, the head coach?
Twice, and now Toledo. And here's the ironic thing: the Toledo guy actually has just taken a job as an offensive coordinator somewhere else, if I'm not mistaken.
So what did it tell you about Mario?
Exactly. So that was interesting. So yeah, Jay. Let me give you one last point. I want to ask you about the schedule before I get LJ. He's been waiting backstage. What's your thoughts on the schedule? Is there anybody on there ACC wise that could be a trap game for Miami? That inexplicable loss that we've been known for that we need to also get over the hump in this 2026 year?
That Wake Forest game.
I'm going to be there.
That Wake Forest. I don't think anybody else. I'm not phased. If I'm gonna be real with you, if you want to be real, I see us going 12-0.
Yeah,
if Miami, but it's that Friday games that fucks with me. That's the only thing. But as I said, I'm gonna leave it as this. It's not the games. It's not the schedule. It's not the personnel. It's Shannon Dawson on offense because the defense gonna show up.
Facts.
It's Shannon Dawson. I don't have to worry about Corey Heatherman. And I'm gonna leave it like this. Bain and Mesidor is not there. Watch how this defense is still elite. Watch how they turn DeMar Wilson also in a run stopper and not just a pass rusher. Watch how Jason Taylor and the underrated Damian Lewis work that D-line.
Yeah, I'm excited about them. So
Chris Kane, I appreciate y'all boys. Y'all keep doing y'all thing and keep bringing these podcasts. Even though it's the off season, I want to see the podcast grow, even on YouTube and even on here. Keep doing y'all thing. We're gonna keep hunting for that 6th ring. Go Canes.
Damn right. Go Canes. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that love and support. Anybody watching real quick before I bring LJ on, if you haven't done so already, man, smash that like button and share us, please, man. I mean, you know, we last week had 400 views. 2 weeks before that, we had 600 views. Keep doing us, man, and keep growing us. I can't thank you guys enough for it, honestly, man. Honestly, and from the bottom of my heart and you guys stepping up. LJ, if you're ready, if you give me the thumbs up, brother, I think you're getting your earpiece in. Are you ready to go backstage? You just give me the thumbs up, LJ, and I'll bring you on properly if you're ready. I think he's ready. So without further ado, he's been waiting backstage. He brought a lot of heat last week, and I can't wait to see what he thinks this week. So LJ, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Let me bring you on properly. Go on ahead and speak your piece, brother.
LJ.
Yeah.
Stepping up. LJ, if you're ready, if you give me the thumbs up, brother, I think you're getting your earpiece in. Are you ready to go backstage? You just give me the thumbs up. There we go. Yep, there he is. So LJ's in the building. What is up? Welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Speak your piece. Can you hear me okay? Oh, I lost him. I'll bring him on. I know he's waiting patiently, and he brought the heat last week. And I was able to watch a little bit of film on his cousin that plays down there in Georgia. And I like the sideline-to-sideline speed. That's the type of guy that we need to get back to, where I'd love to see our linebackers take that next step. I'm happy with Traore and Chase Smith coming back, but as somebody just mentioned, you know, like what Jay said, if Wiley's the guy, play him. You know, if Pruitt's the guy, play him. You know, I want guys that are, you know, have that sideline to sideline speed and just knock the shit out of people. But LJ, let's see if we can bring you on now. Can you hear me now, brother?
I can hear you now.
You hear? I sound great. Let me bring you on properly, man. Brother, welcome to Stallion Speaks. Speak your piece.
Man, I think dude who just left, man, he was spot on about he was spot on about what he was saying. I still feel like we gotta watch Corey Heatherman. I'm still watching him because I'm a defensive guy. I I get off of defense. I love offense. Everybody, the excitement about football is offense, scoring touchdowns and all that. But my excitement about football is stopping people, and that's all I care about or whatever. Whatever goes on the offense is extra to me. So I got the microscope under Heatherman because anybody likes it or not, I'ma always believe that defense is gonna win us championships first. I don't care about what how powerful the offense is and what weapons we got over there because offense is so sophisticated. Defense is more like, come on now, use your brain. Use your brain on some of this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just really felt like in the national championship game, if we would have played better defense in certain situations, we probably win the game. You know what I'm saying? If we held Indiana to a field goal on that drive when they did the quarterback sneak on fourth down, we probably win the game.
Or how
But
about intercepting it when they got the field goal? I mean, OJ had that in his hands. That was 5 interceptions we dropped in the last 2 games.
and
That sucked.
and look, I have been complaining about this all of the playoffs, and people came to me afterwards after I talked on the show, and it was like, "Yo, we ain't worried about the DBs. That's not that big of a problem." But you saw the whole first half. They picked on Ethan O'Connor. Every time Ethan O'Connor played off coverage, it's like Mendoza's like, "Oh, okay. I'm gonna do a hitch. I'm gonna do an out route. We're going straight at him." And it was just so it got repetitive. It got to the point where it was like, damn, every time he get back, they going over there. I'm talking about every single time. And then my cousin saw it the second half. He was like, now I see what you're talking about. Once Xavier Lucas came back and he saw how close we was playing and they couldn't do that, what they did in the first half and the second half. And I said, now you get where I'm saying. Now you get how important it is. Like when I was tripping about Jabari Antoine because I felt like I watched the defense all year. That boy did not get no reps. So I feel like if you're a player and you didn't get no reps, then I'm sorry, I can't put you on the field. Not especially in the playoffs in a big game. I would rather go put Bryce Fitzgerald at corner. I might put, you know what I'm saying,
Move Keontae to nickel or safety.
I'll throw
Yeah,
Keontae at
safety.
corner.
Yeah.
Anything,
Poisoner.
put somebody who out there who been playing. Don't put
Get your best
Jabari Antoine
CPs.
out there on what's Jeremiah Smith?
Oh
You
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
put him on Jeremiah? Put Keontae over there then.
Yeah.
If we down to our fifth DB, then goddamn it, put the second screen, third screen safety in. Don't put the fifth screen corner in who ain't played all year. It's just logic because I want to play guys who's been getting interceptions, who's been touching the ball, who's been tackling. Jabari Antoine I don't have nothing against that kid, but you ain't played, bro. You haven't played. You're the fifth corner. You really don't supposed to play. And I'm the type of coach that in that moment when OJ went down, I'm calling Bryce Fitzgerald. I'm calling one of the safeties, and I'm gonna tell the other safety, hey, I know this not a true corner. I need you to get him help over the top and let them play aggressive. I'm not gonna put a freshman out there who don't know what the hell. We don't even know about this guy. He might not even get He might not start next year with the power freshman that we got coming in the recruiting class. He might not beat those guys out. We don't even know if Jabari Antoine is going to be a step up next year or whatever to put him in the game against Jeremiah Smith. Are y'all crazy?
LJ, can I also say this? And this is what I highlighted last week, and I got criticism about this. Again, here you had 10 days to prepare for this national title game in your own backyard. Okay, hear me out on this. You knew the personnel that you were going to get. You couldn't appeal for Lucas to come back and play. It's not like the World Cup where green cards or red cards and all that shit is excused. What I'm getting at is if you knew that your defense was missing a piece with that, and so forth, then you control the fucking clock with the running game, especially when you got a quarterback that's not going to make those pass plays. That's what I thought, that we were at least going to try to survive to get to the second half, that your defense could be the defense that it was up until that 6-game run. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's inexcusable to throw it 3 straight downs and not get a first down, and your defense has to go way the fuck back out there again in that same position. I mean, there was no cohesion right there to get the game plan together that, hey, if you saw some things and you needed Lucas, then you survived that 30 minutes and you got the ball first, then keep it away from them. And that would have been my argument if you had that deficiency, like what you're saying, or you didn't use all your safeties or your best DBs. It's like positionless basketball. You don't have a 1 through 5 anymore. You put the best 5 on the fucking court and roll the ball out there. It's no different in that when you need to play defense. I'm sorry, guys. That's just feeling a game and doing everything it fucking takes to win when you're right there, man. You were right there and you just let it off the hook. And it breaks my heart. Go ahead. I've said enough.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Missing opportunities, not paying attention on what's going on. If we ran the ball, those 3 times when we ran in the A gap and the B gap, when we got stuffed, nothing ain't done. I was thinking the whole time, I said maybe they saving, because I've been on the Pringle bandwagon from the beginning. I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna save Pringle and they're gonna just throw him. They probably gonna get him in early this the national championship game and give him a different wrinkle, give him that speed, let him kill the edge. But it happened to be once Fletcher broke that 9 yards first time, I was like, oh, go back to it. And then they came back to it and he broke for 50. I was like, oh, we got something here. And then we go in the second half, and then we don't do it no more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even in the midst of all the passing we was doing, I was like, run the ball.
On the right
Just
side.
hand it off one time.
On the right side. I mean, jeez.
Like,
Behind
we got a
Line
Mountain.
open
6.
all 4
Let's use
quarters,
this big.
LJ.
Let's do this. Let's use this 6'9" behemoth whale we got. While we got him, he was opening holes so big. I was just like, bro, well, what are we? That's why, and that's exactly why I don't get caught up into the offense, because. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I feel much better going into next year with offense because this is gonna be a Cam Ward year, because we got Mensah. And I got in a debate earlier with somebody. He was like, well, we don't, everybody, just because the nation doesn't know about this kid or whatever, right? They don't really know the ins and outs. All you need to know is he threw for 4,000 yards, he threw for 34 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, maybe 5. I think it was 5, but I must just say 6. That's all you need to know. And if he do that in Miami, he wins the Heisman, or Malachi wins the Heisman. He's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft, and we win a national championship with a little bit of defense. Because with Cam Ward, our defense wasn't the same. We had Meach Powell. Now this is I don't want to.
No, they couldn't stop
I don't want them to
preschoolers.
take it as I'm taking a shot at them, but we missed on Meach Powell. Meach Powell didn't pan out to what we thought he was going to be.
Nope.
Who was the other safety with Meach Powell? We had another safety.
Jadis Richards before he got hurt. Yeah.
Oh no,
I mean,
not even Jadis Richards. Jadis was at corner. We had, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna take it as a diss. Take it how you want to take it.
Jaden Harris.
Jaden Harris. He might be the worst safety
was the
number
Georgia
7.
DB that transferred? Was the Georgia DB on our team last year?
Jaden Harris, number 7. He was the worst. Him and Meach Powell was the 2 safeties. Jadis Richards was at corner. He was at corner, and then we had it was
OJ started as a freshman.
And then OJ was rotating in with Keontae. I mean, not Keontae, but Damari Brown was still trying to figure it out. But it was mainly OJ and Jadis Richards. But it was another corner too that rotated in. But we wasn't that good.
No,
we wasn't that good in the secondary, and that hurt us so bad because it was literally the same D line. Literally the same D line. Only person was different on our D line this year was David Blake. That's it. Yeah. David Blake was probably the only.
And Kiko was slow as fuck at middle linebacker.
And Bain was hurt.
And Bain was hurt. And our linebackers is still the weakest part of our team, of the whole team, offense or defense. The linebackers is still the weakest part of the team. We know that. For years, they've been the weakest link.
It was the guy from Marshall that came with that asshole defensive coordinator, Deani Hill. That was
Deani Hill. Yeah, Deani Hill. Him too. Trash. I'm sorry.
Trash.
I'm sorry.
They're
trash.
not guys that
ass water, bro. Ass water.
And guess what? And guess what? Meach Powell he turned out to be trash too.
He was awful.
Jaden Harris, trash.
Yep.
Trash. And they was holding out. And I hate that Markeith Williams had to go through it, but I heard about all the off the field problems that he had with him and JoJo kept getting in trouble. I found that out later on, but I used to always wonder like, why don't
Patterson
Markeith,
too,
why
but
don't
we kept wondering
Patterson
why
too?
Patterson didn't, and he was a stud at Chaminade. And I
Yeah,
know he's just got some off the field issues, but it's like, can we not get somebody to get him in line?
we
The talent was there.
we
I mean,
we
but
could
fuck.
not
So,
we could not overcome that even with the greatness of
no,
Cam Ward, even with the
no,
greatness of Restrepo, even with the greatness of the with Elijah Arroyo. We couldn't
yeah,
overcome it. We could not overcome that. That's why defense will always be on top of offense to me. Like with Shannon Dawson, it's iffy with his play calling, decisions that he make at times. I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? But I'd be like, don't worry about it. The defense gonna make it right. The defense gonna make it right. That's what I hold my hat on. The defense. So that's the most important thing to me, or whatever like that. And the roster, the D line that we got put together, the D line that we put together, I feel like Demond Wilson is gonna be the next Mesidor.
yeah,
I feel like Marquise Lightfoot is gonna be a mixture. Him and Demond Wilson is gonna be our speed pass rusher. But
Mhm.
I'm telling y'all. Who the person that's gonna fill in and give us
low,
what Ruben Bain gave us is Hayden Lowe.
Hayden Lowe's
Hayden
fine.
Lowe, Hayden Lowe
Yep,
is my guy. Hayden
yep.
Lowe is my guy coming in next year with Moten and Blunt and
Justin
Scott
Scott.
and
Yep,
Scott and you know what I'm saying? I
Lightfoot.
don't even think the dude from Nebraska that we got and the dude from Ohio State, they're gonna be
yeah,
rotating
yeah. Jaquez and yeah,
Jaquez and the dude
yeah.
from
Hold
Nebraska,
on,
they're going
let
to
me
be
see here real
rotating
quick.
defense. They're going to be extra defensive linemen just in case we get injuries. But
Yeah,
that D line, what Jason Taylor is going to be teaching over there,
Keanu Davis from
Keanu
Nebraska.
Davis, and
Yes,
guess
yeah,
what? Guess what?
yeah.
Unless we do something in the portal, linebacker is still going to be the weakest link again. And it's still going to be a huge question mark, and it's going to be the weakest link of the team again. No disrespect to the current players or the past players, where linebacker has been the weakest point of the team, and it still is because
Mhm.
we haven't got nobody in the portal. And everybody that's coming back, Chase got to step up. Then we got an eighth year player he might have 2 kids and he might be married, but I'm a hold him to a lot of responsibility, bro, because you're 24, 25 years old. You better handle these kids next year. You
Yeah,
better fill them holes how linebackers supposed to feel. Because I haven't seen a linebacker feel like a real linebacker in like 15 years.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
I ain't seen a real linebacker. I ain't seen Miami have a real like a bona fide linebacker since the three linebackers we had with
Oh, probably Zach and what was his name?
Shaq Quarterman.
Shaq
Zach
Quarterman.
Quarterman,
Yeah,
Zach McLeod, and
yeah.
them boys. Them was the last linebackers
Michael.
and Denzel
Yeah,
Perryman. Them was the last real linebackers we had. After that, I
yeah.
can't even name these other guys.
Well, and LJ, that's why I was saying that, like, realistically, I mean, that's why it sucks that it didn't work out with Bobby Washington. It didn't work out with Martavius Bryant. You know, these guys were supposed to be the dudes, and you never saw them. I mean, you didn't, and it just sucks. Like, we have to evaluate better of who we're getting, and it fits your needs and your scheme. Because, I mean, I'd argue that the linebackers at Indiana didn't look the part, but damn it, they played smart and made the
But
plays when
look,
they needed to,
Yeah.
and that pissed
I
me
blame
off.
I blame the position coach. I blame the position coach. It ain't them. It's the position coach. Whoever y'all
Yep.
been having that linebacker coach, it's his fault. And guess what? Tight end coach who just took a coaching job somewhere else, you ain't do shit with
He
us last
sucked.
year. So get the
I
hell
think
out of
we
here
could
too.
get
And they should
I
have
never
got
anybody
this.
would be
liked
an
Cody
upgrade.
Whittier.
Anybody would be an
And I'm
upgrade.
glad.
Anybody.
I'm gonna say this other thing. I'm glad that we got rid of Frito Bandito, the strength and the conditioning coach last year. I'm glad went back with his wife because he wasn't doing shit either.
Yeah,
The
Juicy was
special
a
teams
complete
coach need to
overrated.
be real. The special team coach need to be reevaluated
Him.
for
Mhm.
getting us punt block. When you saw these cats blocking punt all season,
Mhm.
and you ain't have them ready, and we was on max protect, and we still got a punt block, and you gonna call whoever the coach is, you gonna call a rugby style kick and run straight into the bro. That
Yeah.
killed me right there. I'm
But
like, bro,
but with that, I don't know if y'all saw it, and I don't want to start no rumors. But Stallion, I sent it to you and Rocky in the chat in our
That's what
group
this
chat.
show's all about. This is what this
It
show's all about. The speaker of sad truths. Go ahead.
there were some speculations that Ballman sold out. And remember when it first happened, I told you guys check his bank account. But now there was a lot. I forgot where I got it from. You have to look it up, Stallion, because we got so
It
many
was on
messages.
the
But it's speculation that it was some crooked shit that happened on that play.
Hey,
I mean, when he dropped a ball that was right there, and as much as Pons played well or what have you, it's like you let that little guy dislodge it from your big ass 6'6" or however big you are going down.
All he had to
with
do
it.
was pull it into the
All
numbers.
you had
That's
to
it.
pull it in, man. I mean, and that extends a drive that we had to fucking punt right there. You know, I mean, fuck.
I think Carson Beck got paid. I think Carson Beck got paid.
He could have. He could have.
Who knows?
Even more.
Did y'all go back and watch the film and see the other side of the field? Did y'all see Malachi
Options.
open? Did y'all see
wide
the
open.
tight end breaking open in the middle of the little scene?
Well, more important, I mean, he's been running off and on all playoffs, and you got all that real estate in front of you. Hell, you could have took off and ran it.
He didn't run it once.
Not once.
You want to risk? You want to risk it against Ole Miss, but you don't want to risk it against them in the national championship.
Hey, guys, let me just tell you this. And listen, as much as I fucking hate Fernando Mendoza, oh my God, I wanted to punch him in the face and so forth like that. But that motherfucker balled out when it mattered, man. He stretched out. He was not going to be denied at home. And that's a Miami kid right there that wasn't going to be denied a fucking national title. I respect it. I hate his guts, but I respect it.
I respect him because what he said, he was just like, yo, Fernando Mendoza he don't care about a girlfriend. He just care about making it to the league and taking care of his family and setting his future. I respect that boy.
You gotta respect that.
I ain't got no choice but to respect him. But
and he's going to get the trifecta. He's got the Heisman, he got the fucking ring, and he's going to be the #1 pick for the Raiders.
Yeah,
that's what's
yes,
going
he
to happen.
is. Tom Brady was there. Tom Brady gave him. Tom Brady was there, gave him a check. My guy Tom Brady was there, but next year I just feel like with additions like question mark Hussey. He's a good filler. I hope he gets back to form when Florida State was undefeated that year. He was on that secondary. We got Hussey and Kennard Hussey. He's a Florida kid.
Yeah, you're right, from St. Thomas Aquinas.
But look, let me tell you what my beliefs is, right? And this is not this is slight this kid or whatever like that. But I feel like when Cristobal was went in the portal last year, he brought in like 3 DBs, like Ethan O'Connor. It was another freshman who was at Arizona. It was like 6'3", 6'2", whatever like that. Don't be bringing in these West Coast dudes in to play DB for Miami. You can go and get a non-recruit 2-star, 3-star that's 6 feet above to come play for us instead of going way out west and bringing these guys to Miami and play. We don't need those guys. We got South Florida. It should be a South Florida kid in that secondary. They got the speed, they got the heart and the tenacity to play at Miami. Just like the kid Glenn Sharp's I think his nephew.
It was his nephew who fucking made the interception.
You heard what he said? I wanted to just play ball out because Miami ain't recruiting me. That boy wanted to play for Miami. But we over here got the Ethan O'Connors of the world. That's why I always been iffy because he's not a Florida guy. He's not that. I rarely seen a guy come from out of state or out west come down here and ball like that. That's why they was talking about bringing that boy from Minnesota because his Hertherman guy, the safety Coy, whatever his name is. I was like, nope, I'm good. So the Thorntons, okay, we're gonna see if Thornton could be we're gonna see what Thornton got. We're gonna see what Hussey got.
LJ, that was the other cornerback. It was Porter. How could we forget Porter, who got burned all the time last year? Porter. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
And it's in 305 Sports blew him up by seeing all of this. And he was efficient with his coverage, and I'm like, what are y'all looking at? Because I see a little suspect. Over there.
Most teams never threw to his side. That's the thing. Most teams never threw to his side. And when they did throw to his side, a lot of them were badly thrown balls that he happened to defend well because they were badly thrown balls. And then when he faces a quarterback that actually got talent, he got burnt.
Yes. And let's be real, there were some ass quarterbacks we faced last year too.
Yes.
There really were. LJ, I wanted to ask you this. Talking about this schedule, you know, they've given us 3 fucking Friday games. Ironically, the one thing they did do, which I was shocked about, Larry, because I thought we would be for sure going up to Boston College there at the end of November. It just looked like it. But we're finishing the year with 3 home games. The only cold game that potentially could be is at Notre Dame on November 7th. And even then, the weather's kind of you know, it's not super cold yet.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is the schedule is favorable weather-wise, but I think we've debunked that whole in the cold bullshit that they like to say. But what stood out to you about this schedule for Miami? I mean, is it 12-0? Is there a trap game there? I mean, a lot factors in, like you mentioned, defense, special teams. They have to be one cohesive unit coaching. But what matchup there do you think could be a trap for Miami that they need to show that they've overtaken that next step for this quest for 6-26?
Wake Forest.
Again,
Wake
yeah.
Forest.
Second one tonight.
Wake Forest
Second one.
because Wake
And that's
Forest
the game I'm going to.
Wake Forest because that Friday game, and it's always just spooky. It's just like spooky. Them Friday games be iffy. I be like, the whole day just don't go right. It just be like, we're good, but like.
Do I need to bring my Chucky doll in there when I walk in? Do I need to bring a Chucky doll in there or something, or curse them to Santeria Cuban shit or what? Like,
but if we lose, I'm hoping we lose to Notre Dame or somebody out of conference or whatever. We can't lose 2 conference games. We can't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm of the belief that we ain't going undefeated. I don't think we're going undefeated. I think we're gonna drop them. I just don't know which game it's gonna be. But I think it's gonna be one of those Friday games.
I'd argue the Virginia Tech game just because of James Franklin, and you just
Me too.
don't know what the hell.
I was gonna go to him directly second. And did you see how they put that freshman Gatorade player of the year for Virginia, that running back in? And he was killing us, and we had to we had the lead, but he was like, he broke for like a 30-yarder, then he came back and scored. I'm like, yo, y'all better get this running back, yo. He's killing us right now. So with Franklin coming in, but I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching the portal with Wake Forest. Wake Forest quietly got some guys. So I'm just say, like,
they beat SMU last year. They beat fucking SMU. We can't even say we beat SMU. You know, I mean, they did. They beat Virginia too. So,
but I feel like we're gonna have the luxury though with Mensah. I feel like we're gonna have the luxury. We got the quarterback family back, who we supposed to have, because Manny Diaz. I'm always feel like this. Manny Diaz hated on us when we went for Mensah. Manny Diaz knows we was trying to get Mensah, and he hurried up. Once he left, I think he left Penn State and became the head coach of Duke. He hurried up and was like, "Let's put something together and let's get this quarterback before Miami jump on him," because I know Miami want him. And then next thing you know, 3 days later, he in the portal, he got a 2-year, $8 million. Then that forced us, after we missed out on Mateer, that forced us to give Beck $4 million, because Mensah set the market because he was the first quarterback that signed.
Yeah.
2 years, $8 million. So that set the market. If you're a decent quarterback, that set the market for you to get $4 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like we're gonna have a luxury of having him next season. And man, I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited about my DB room, my young DB room, because I believe in OJ. I believe in Damari Brown's healthy. I believe in that kid. I believe in that dude. That dude, he stepped up. He redeemed himself after the Syracuse game, the last game after the Syracuse game, when he came back and they kind of torched him up. But he redeemed himself. He went on a stretch where he was locking down. And I would love him and OJ to take it along with Xavier Lucas, to those 3 to really be our guys. But I really feel like the freshmen we got coming in, Jalen Peters, Camden Portis, and
I like him a lot.
And then we got this kid Wayman from Jonesboro, and we got Brody Jennings from Jacksonville. Bro, we got some freshmen coming in that look like grown men. They look like grown.
And here's the thing that's huge. I'm glad that they were let on and they practiced. They didn't get in the game. They didn't dress out, but they were on the sidelines. They were part of the preparation, and they at least were. That's huge right there. That's something that's not been in this program. I mean, guys, we were done sometimes in October or September in the years past. This was the deepest we've ever gone. And we were tickled shit about it, you know, and what I'm hoping is that they got a taste of that, and it's like, you can't go backwards, guys. You can't settle for the Cheez-It Bowl or the Duke Mayo fucking bowl or, you know, the Sun Bowl. Bullshit on that, man. This is playoffs, and you go with whatever seed we get and give us whoever the fuck we play. Anytime, anywhere. That's what this program needs to get to, and put belts to asses. Simple as that. Fuck their world up. That's not hard. That's a recipe right there.
And I just want to put this out there. All the trolls that's trolling my boy Markel Bell, he slipped. He slipped. And go back and watch the Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
him
he
going
did
against
slip.
them
He
guys.
did.
My boy
His feet
My
weren't
boy has a
right.
problem with his technique sometimes because he's 6'9", 340, and y'all hating on him. But that same dude from Michigan that made him fall ain't get nothing else for the rest of the Senior Bowl. Ain't getting nothing else. He ain't fall no more. He look good out there. Y'all better stop playing with Markel Bell, and y'all better stop playing with Brockemeyer too. Stop playing with my boy Brockemeyer.
Brockemeier's been dominating.
Better stop playing with him.
On. No,
He's playing himself up into a decent draft spot.
After all the stuff he was doing, all the false starts and stuff, I was pissed off at Brockemeyer at the beginning of the season. I was like, where did he get this center from?
Guys, can I tell you this? I want this also because we'll finish up here in a second. But realistically, this has been a great show, and if you haven't done so already, smash that like button, share us, please. I want this to be thrown out there. As much as buffoonery we've talked about coordinators masturbating in bathrooms, players not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Why don't we talk about this? The fact that when Mario took this program over, we barely had one player drafted late in the 7th round. We almost lost that streak of at least having one player drafted. You have potentially maybe 8 or 9 guys drafted in this draft, 4 from that offensive line. I mean, right there is huge. I mean, that should right there put a little bit of lead in the pencil of recruiting. We get people in the pros again. It's not this being used against us type thing. And that's what I'm really happy about with this program going forward. So any thoughts on that? So
I got a question. I watched the US American Bowl. Is the new bowl. There's a new bowl game this year. American Bowl. My cousin is Thomas Castellano, a quarterback. He played at Florida State last year, whatever like that. So he was in the US American Bowl. I think it's called the American Bowl. But he played in that bowl game. And then Miami didn't have any players in that game. And then I watched the East West Shrine Bowl. I think
that's always been around.
I think Wesley Bensant and David Blay was in that one. And then the Senior Bowl, only Markel Bell and Brockemeyer was there. But what happened to Jacoby Thomas, Keontae Scott? Why they not playing in the bowl game? I'm scratching my head.
They chose not to play in it. I mean, they had the opportunity to, but I think they're just going to focus on either Kane's draft day or the combine in Indianapolis.
Right.
So
okay, so they got invited to the combine though.
Yeah, they're ready to go for that. That's what they're looking for.
Okay, as long as they invited to the combine, and I'm like, okay,
okay. Yeah, I mean, they could have played in that if they wanted to, but I think that their play in the playoff runs done so much for them that at this point now they just got their measurables. They got to throw up that 225 bench, and they got to run good 40s at that point. You know, all of them. So
and then what's up with Arnaz Cooper? Like, I ain't heard his crickets on him.
I think Arnaz is going to be drafted. I mean, he really has been a solid player.
Me too. I feel like
body shape. I mean, I mean, like I said, we missed an opportunity running on that right side behind him and CeCe, man. We really did. And I'll tell you another name that we haven't even mentioned with all the playmakers that we might be counting on this year. I think that the biggest loss in that national title game was not having Elijah Lofton. As much criticism as that kid has taken this year, I'd much rather have had him blocking out there than fucking Alex Bowman or whatever, honestly. You know, I mean, I'd take Lofton any day. And I hope Lofton comes back with a fire this year that we've never seen before and really brings something to that tight end spot.
He better stop playing around, and he better be solid this year because we got some studs coming in.
We do.
We got some studs coming. I'm just gonna say, Mr. Briggs is coming, and Mr. Muller, right? Gavin Muller.
Yep. And there's another guy. I mean, Jackson Carver, there's a reason he's still around in the program. He just had a very bad knee injury, but they have hopes for him. And he could have left, but he was one of the ones that's still sticking around. And even his brother is here on the program, too, as a backup punter or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. But Carver's another one. I mean, we've got the positions there. It's just about, can we get the right execution, the right chemistry? And like somebody said in the chat, Dawson better just not fuck it up. It's Fire Marine Kane. It's hard to understand Dawson with all that talent, and if he shits the bed as an OC constantly, I mean, you can't have that, especially with this right here. This is tailor made for him to get a job and go the fuck on, and then we can get some young bright mind in here that can really take this talent to another level. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if Dawson can't get this right, bro, just go back.
You need to part ways. If you can't get it right this year, you need to part ways.
Yeah,
I'm gonna speak on this real quick. I really feel like after this year, we gonna roll with the quarterbacks that we got. I feel like this is gonna be the last year of a portal quarterback. I feel like after this year, we gonna go with either Luke Nickel or Darion Coleman. Now, somebody said earlier that they feel like Luke Nickel might transfer. That's a high possibility. But if Mensah come in and do great, and then we don't go in the portal and we tell them like, look, y'all, hey, get y'all shit together. You know, it's gonna be y'all two. And then if Luke Nickel leaves, I'm not really worried about it because we'll have another quarterback coming in. You know what I'm saying, to battle Darion Coleman. And now I'm gonna say this: if that happens, if Luke Nickel transfers, then we might go back in the portal and grab another quarterback or whatever. But if he stays, I don't think we go in the portal and get another quarterback. I just feel like I don't think we're gonna keep doing that.
Larry, I just hope that we can put belts to asses to get him the reps out there to see what we got, because we saw what Emory was when Cam sat out that second half in that bowl game. That's when everybody was just like, "Oh fuck, look at what we're about to deal with."
I'm off that because what Pringle did, I'm off of like playing these players. Like, if you're not gonna play them, don't use them, because I don't even want a team to even see their talent and let them try to come and get in their ear like how Kirby Smart was trying to get Pringle, because he saw Pringle the last three games.
You have to look at it like this as well. I mean, after this season is done, Fletcher and Marty Brown is out of here.
Yeah.
Marty Brown was a a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, he still got 2 years of eligibility.
I thought he was up. Okay. So
he played 1 year at North Dakota State. So yeah, he's got 2 years still left.
Okay, so you have two. Yeah. Okay, my bad. So he would be the one that you would look at to be, because he wanted to actually be a feature back. That's what they were saying. So you would think, okay, he would come back then in that case next year and be the lead guy. And obviously Pringle, I couldn't understand why he was jumping in the portal, because he had 70 carries as a freshman. As a freshman, with that running back room to have 70 carries, that means that there's a future for you, So,
and they still believe in Jordan Lyle. I mean, I still believe in Jordan Lyle.
That was my shocker of a return, because I fully expected him to leave, but he came back for whatever reason. So and you got Mallory coming in.
And I almost think that they only, and I could be wrong with this, I think that we didn't see him play because they wanted to preserve the red shirt, because of the thing is here's the thing: you got the four games you can play. He technically played in 4 games, and if you played one more, then you lose the year, unfortunately, despite the ankle wasn't right. I mean, he was the starter, and it's going to be interesting who is going to be lined up next to Mensah when we do play Stanford on September 4th. That's going to be
Fletcher.
Right?
It's Fletcher. Fletcher.
Yeah, so,
it's Fletcher.
Yeah,
I think more importantly is who's the backup, who's number 2.
Who gets the next series?
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Even though this dude is fundamentally sound, I don't have nothing against Brown. He's fundamentally sound. He does damn near everything right. But for style of running back, I think I want Pringle there. I'm sorry. I just want Pringle there, because I'm gonna still say this. Pringle is our best runner as far as style, as far as vision. He has the better vision out of all of the running backs in the room, and he jump cuts. He can get the ball over here and see a hole over here and cut it back. All our running backs can't do that. Maybe Lyles But now I ain't seen it from Lyles.
I'd
But
argue,
Brown,
I'd argue with Pringle. If you even do the check down, dump off pass to him, the running back screen, give him some space. He'll
he
take
gets
off. I
60.
mean,
He'll
he
take a
really
60.
will. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one thing that I wish that we
Easy.
would do more as an offense. But we've got Dimples doing this thing. So stay on with us to finish out the show. This has been a great show, guys. Again, smash that like and share button. We like to do a segment on this show called Idiot of the Week. Do you have anybody in sports that really was your idiot of the week? I highlighted a bunch of them at the beginning of the show. I mean, just dumbasses that talking out their ass that are supposed to be talking heads that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But there's so many to choose from. Was there anybody for any of you guys that stood out, chat box included? Who was your idiot of the week this week? Honestly,
I got mine. I don't know. I got on late. I don't know if I'm pretty sure somebody else. I'm taking somebody's thunder, but that jackass last night that got his wig split literally when old boy hit him and knocked his toupee off the top of his head. Ain't no fucking way, man.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Ain't no man. When I saw that shit, I said, man, that's my guy right there. How the hell? First of all, what kind of barber or hair person are you going with that makes sure your shit is not on there? And secondly, you got your wig split literally.
That was Elmer's glue instead of Gorilla Glue.
Wait, Frank. Look, I'm gonna tell you like I told somebody said that last night. It was like, well, that's just barber fault. I'm like, bro, I don't think nobody's supposed to be touching it like that for real. I don't think nobody's supposed to be trying to tug on it like that, because I know people who get toupees and I'm like, I don't think you're really supposed to touch it like that. So for that force coming with that hit, I don't think it was supposed to get hit like that. So it ain't gonna stay on if you got that type of force coming. It ain't gonna stay on. It's like a lace front.
Hey, isn't it acceptable for boxers to be bald? I mean, isn't it okay for a boxer to be bald or whatever like that? I don't know.
As a guy that no longer has hair that's been bald since 2012, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Gotta let it
go. I just feel like, you know what, to be honest with you, from you to go sit there and have your man unit flopping up and down because of an impact punch, and now you sitting there with your head and your rim sitting there looking like the cigarette ashtray, the round rim of a cigarette ashtray. You just need to, you should have second thought about that, because for one thing, you should have put more of that man unit you had. I mean, yeah, I get what you were trying to do. But come on, bro. Somebody pranked you, because that wasn't the right glue. That was some Elmer's school glue that they used on your shit. And the moment you started sweating, it started popping up.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yes, facts, man. That's facts right there. Chris Kane, since it's your birthday, do you have an idiot of the week? I'd love to know if you got an idiot of the week this week. So in sports,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I got the idiot of the week though, Stallion, but I damn sure got an idiot of the damn season.
Who's that?
That damn smelly ass Fran Brown. How the hell?
He's the worst.
You listen, I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me that you are comfortable with an itchy ass. You cannot tell me you are comfortable with that.
Or extra cheese on your balls. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with that dirty motherfucker?
You are a nasty ass. Like, you use the bathroom, motherfucker. You got nut cheese all on the toilet. Like, bro, like, what kind of shit are you on, bro? Like, that is nasty as hell. And first of all, I would have never said no dumb ass shit and let that been out there.
What is he? I mean, is he married or what? Like, I mean, shit.
I'll tell you one thing. He better be glad he's up in New York where it's cold, because if he was down here in the South when it gets hot, you know how it is when that nut sticks to your goddamn inner thigh, bro. You don't want them problems, bro.
Oh my god! I'm gonna tell you something right now. I can't eat at his house. That just let you know right then and there. He's probably the type of person. He probably the type of person that got dirt all up under his fingernails and every damn thing else. He don't wash, bro. Like, that is nasty.
He
like,
gives new meaning to the term "dirty dick motherfucker." That's what he is, man.
Like, honestly. Literally, like, you get in a, like, you, bro. I promise you, he probably once he gets in water, I bet you any amount of money that shit bubbles up like Alka-Seltzer. I bet you.
No, remember when you played outside as a kid and you were so dirty when you got in the tub and you got out with that damn fucking black ass ring around?
I remember the black ring.
Yep.
But think about what you just said, Larry Frank. When we were what?
Kids.
When we were kids, not grown
This is a grown. This is a grown ass man.
Ugh.
This is a
Who bent
grown
over
ass
backwards for
man.
Marcus Freeman, by the way. He was on his knees for Marcus Freeman. So,
Oh
yeah, he
Oh,
man.
sure was. So,
I
yeah.
bet you Marcus Freeman passed out from the odor.
Oh,
Oh man.
man,
that'd be a
I'm telling,
terrible blowjob.
like I said before, for him to smell like that, him and Satan gotta be tight. Cause ain't no way in the hell that shit is nowhere near earthly possible for you to be
They
sitting
have.
here smelling like that and be okay. But that's my dumb ass of the year for that. Like I
Oh,
would have
absolutely.
never put that out. Never put that out.
Never.
But
Never.
I'm
Never.
done. I'm done.
Right.
What you got, LJ? Who's your idiot of the week in sports? So,
Uh, I, I ain't really got an idiot of the week. The only thing I took from this week is Michael Irvin, the playmaker. I love him. I love him, but I'm about to start something right here. Michael Irvin went on a rant about kids not having a fight, something like that he was talking about or whatever like that, right? So I want to check the playmaker real quick. Just because in our times, when I played, just because during those times in football world, kids had to sit back and had to listen to uh the school, and the head coach was in control of where they went and money and everything. Just because we didn't have to do that don't mean that a kid that's third string, fourth string ain't got no fight no more. No, this is a business. This is a business. If I'm a 5-star, 4-star, I'm not sitting behind nobody. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't. It ain't about me having fight. It's about bettering myself. What was Bobby Washington supposed to do? Keep sitting on the bench, bro?
Mm.
What is these kids supposed to do? If I ain't first screen, second screen, or even in the rotation, I'm gonna tell you why Pringle got in the portal. Pringle got in the portal because you played me the last 3 games and I balled out, and then I missed one block and you sit me down for the whole playoffs. No, I got 70 carries. I want to play in the playoff. I want to be valuable to the team, and I know I'm good. And you guys sat me. I sat after the Texas A&M game. I ain't getting none of the Ohio State. I was itching. He was itching to get in that game too. I be looking on the sideline too. He was itching to get in the game. I didn't get in that game. I didn't get in the Ole Miss game. After I seen Lacey break that, I could break like Lacey. I didn't get in that championship game. So I'm hitting the portal because I got Kirby who telling me, "Hey, bro, I got it. I got a better NIL deal over here for you. I'm gonna give you the ball. Hey, man, you the man. You the man." And if we don't treat these players and put them in the rotation, what are they supposed to do? That don't mean I don't got no fight. That just mean, bro, I got to make a business decision that's best for me. Because look at JoJo. I mean not JoJo. Ray got caught up in the whole Uncle Luke. Uh, uh. What's the receiver called? Kevin Beard situation.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Luke, Kevin Beard. I feel so bad for Ray because Ray, it wasn't even that kid fault. It was Uncle Luke and Kevin Beard beef that he got caught up in the middle of, and that kid never touched the field. And I'm scratching my head still to the day, why he couldn't rotate in with Restrepo. And I love Restrepo, but he could have rotated in with him. We could have played Restrepo at any position at receiver and got Ray the ball and got Ray in there and got something. And it was because of the drama. So that kid never touched the field. And thank God he finally went to ECU and figured it out. And guess what? All these players that left Miami, all the players that left Miami, everybody got signed
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
yep.
Immediately. So one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's right.
So
That's
Michael
true.
Irvin, please get off of that, bro. And all these older cats who talking about all this, let these kids get this money. And I love the chaos that's going on. I love it because they talking about they need to sanction or they need to get everything organized or whatever. No, let it stay just how it is or whatever like that. Like I feel like they should uh you know organize it lightly, but man, let these kids get their money and let these kids transfer whenever they want to transfer. A quarterback said, "I want to go to Miami," who the hell is Miami to go try to take this kid to court and try to stop him from going to? If a kid say he want to leave Miami, let him go. Don't take him to court and take him through all this. Duke is just like the shit that Duke and Wisconsin did, trying to hold these kids. Oh, you can't transfer. The kid just say he don't want to play for y'all no more. Let him go.
Yep.
Why you
Why
gonna
would you
try to
want to
keep
keep?
him?
Why would you want to keep him? Is my point. If you don't want to be
Right.
here, go. There's the door. I mean, geez,
Pathetic.
that's like an employer like begging
Yeah.
somebody to stay, and they just
Right.
like called you a fucking bitch to your face or something like
Right.
that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Right.
No, you're
And
facts. So
and
yeah,
Mark Rick and Nick Saban was infamous for saying, I was with they are against the kid letting the kids transfer on their own. They was the coaches that was the gatekeepers. Like if you committed to Alabama, Nick Saban wasn't letting you transfer. Mark Richt wasn't letting you transfer once you committed to Georgia, and I hated that because as an ex player, I experienced that with coaches. A coach told me once in my day when I wanted to transfer, he came to me after I tore my ACL and I was rehabbing. He said, "Hey, Lou, I know you're on the scholarship and everything, but I'm just letting you know, we evaluated you, and we don't feel like you're gonna come back and be the same. So I'm just letting you know that I'm bringing in some JUCO guys and some freshmen, and you're gonna get lost in the shuffle. I'm just letting you know you're not, even if you come back healthy or whatever, you're not gonna get a chance to get no playing time. So you might as well transfer." And I said, "All right, cool. I can respect that. At least you came and told me." And then when I went to go transfer, he said, "And oh, by the way, it's just one catch. You can't transfer in conference. You got to leave the conference if you want to transfer." Because he didn't want to face me. So I think that was some piece of shit bullshit that coaches the power that these coaches have. I'm glad that they took the power away from and let these kids decide. If a kid don't want to be at Miami, let him go.
yeah,
Just get another player.
that's
You know what I'm
it, man.
saying? So
That's it.
Michael Irvin, fall back on all that about this. These kids ain't, man, fall back on that, bro. It's a new day. This
Yeah,
is not when we played.
yeah.
For real.
So
You're right.
that's
You're
it.
right. Well, listen, he's going to be my idiot of the week until he's firmly removed from the ACC commissioner spot. This piece of
Yes.
shit right here. This Notre Dame, Dr. Jackass Jim Phillips. Doctor of what? How not to be a commissioner? How to not run your conference correctly? You move the freaking ACC championship from the primetime spot to go to noon? I mean, what are you talking about here? You know, why don't you rotate it out of Charlotte and get it down to Florida? It was in Jacksonville once upon a time. I mean, let it be in a warmer place. Go down to Tampa for fuck's sake or something, you know? I mean, my goodness, or Orlando or something like that. But no, this guy right here just doesn't get it, man. He really does not get it. He's a loser commissioner, and every week he has managed to find a way to say something stupid or do something stupid. And it's almost like you just need to grab your popcorn and wait till what he does this week. Because all he cares about is basketball. Couldn't give a fuck about football. He's a Notre Dame guy, and I'm
Oh
telling
yeah.
you, he's got I love Tyrone Willingham tattooed on his ass somewhere, honestly, because that's when he was there at Notre Dame when Ty Willingham was the coach over there. I'm telling you, this guy, there is going to be a celebration on this show the minute he's not getting paid millions of dollars, and that entire little group of shit that's running this conference right now. They don't understand brand, they don't understand bowl tie-ins, and they don't know what the hell is going on. This is the idiot of the week, and he and Fran Brown probably stink so bad together that honestly an exorcism couldn't change how bad they are at what they are. Honestly, the hell with this motherfucker. So yeah, honestly. So well, guys, it's been a great show. Final thoughts before we get on out of here. Thank you so much for everybody coming on and that participated. And like I said, next week we'll be on. I'm going to go on next Saturday. Obviously, the Super Bowl's next Sunday, but I'm trying to do this year round, so I'm going to go on next Saturday, probably about 9:30 or something. Just do a quick hour show. Canes basketball lost a heartbreaker last night. I hate that because had they won, they would have been firmly in the tournament. Now they fucking around, leaving it on the bubble, but I'm still proud of Jai Lucas and what he's done with the Canes. And then baseball season's about to start. I like all Cane sports, but I'll be on next Saturday because obviously the Super Bowl's Sunday, and then the following Sunday we'll be back at the normal spot at 8 o'clock. But guys, what are your final thoughts as we end another great episode of Stallion Speaks?
Chris?
Happy
Basically,
birthday again,
I
brother. So yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
it. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
you bet. Thanks for being on.
Man, no excuses, man. That's all I can say is no excuses. No reasons why we can't do what we need to do. There's no reason why we've been at this. You know what's at stake. For everybody that was on that field last year, you got to think about this. For you returning, think about how you felt last year
Yeah,
when you lost at home. Okay, that's number one. Now I want you to think about the seniors who weren't able to come back.
Yeah.
Do it for them.
Yep.
Be the Spurs
Yep.
of college football. When they lost to Miami, when they lost to the Heat, and the Heat is my team, they came back that next year and dominated. Handle your business.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got.
Yep.
My last thoughts is there, Mr. Mensah. We love you. We love your talent, but we just want you to be giving you I'm giving you a disclaimer for everybody, and I think everybody gonna agree with me on this one.
Mhm.
Make sure you don't forget when you dropping back and pass them balls, who's the first option you're supposed to be looking for. That's all I'm gonna say. And if that don't happen, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a fucking problem. And all I'm gonna say is, baby Jesus better touch that ball.
Mhm.
And if he don't touch the ball, it's gonna be a fucking problem. That's all I got to say. I don't care who you brought over here. Baby Jesus better touch that ball. And that's all I got to say about that.
I like it.
Mhm.
Larry Frank, your final thoughts?
Don't listen to no podcast that's blowing smoke up your ass telling you that this offense is automatically going to do this and do that and they ain't addressing certain issues of the team. Podcasts like You Talk and this one and a couple of other ones that actually tell you the shit that's going on and shit to look out for. Those are the podcasts y'all need to be listening to. And I ain't going to name them, but you got podcasts out here. They want to give you the good, but no bad and no ugly. So at the end of the day, y'all eyes work. Y'all know Shannon Dawson is a fuck up. And you know if he don't do right, what's going to happen with this team. So, hey, don't let these damn media sources blow smoke up your ass. I don't care who it is. And I ain't going to say the name, but it's just this one podcast that every time he comes on there, he's never critical about nothing. All I ever hear is, the you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He on the payroll.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
on the
to be.
payroll, man. You
He
know
has
he
to be.
is, man. That never gives you any objectivity. Never. Always sunshines and rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Come on, man. I like him. He's a nice guy, but come on, man. Tell the truth, man.
Yep.
Mhm.
Guys, this is where I'm going to leave it at. I want to be in Las Vegas next year. I am putting it all in this year that this man behind me is going to put this team on his shoulders, and he's going to make sure that we ain't going to lose. He tried it. He almost did it by himself single-handedly when things were not going that way. But I'm telling you, this guy right here, I went all in on him. When we got him from Ohio State, he was one of the most exciting recruits. And I know he had a little bit of injury, a little bit of fumbles. But if he has the year that I'm expecting him to be, and everybody holds themselves accountable, and Mario, you know what it felt like, honestly. You were on that field. And I want you to take that next step, brother. You deserve a national championship. Don't be afraid to make some decisions right now between now and spring ball. Everybody needs to be throwing them weights up. Don't listen to the rat poison, whatever bullshit. You just go out there, you handle business, and you take belts to asses. And no matter who's on that damn schedule at the bottom there, you take them out and get to Vegas and get us 6 in 26. This show is all about telling the truth and speaking your piece. And that's what we do here at Stallion Speaks. If you've enjoyed us, you tune in every week and we will give you the absolute truths of Miami football. We love this program, but we know what it is to be absolutely amazing, and we hold everybody accountable here. So for everybody that was on earlier, for my guy Chris Kane, LJ, and Larry Frank Jr., this is the Italian Stallion signing off for Stallion Speaks. Go speak your piece somewhere and be the speaker of sad truths.
Yes.
Go motherfucking Canes. Let's roll,
Go
baby.
Canes.
I'm the stallion speaking loud, no chains. From the heat of Miami where we play no games. Boxing gloves down, but my mouth still swings. Trash talk sharp like a scorpion stings. Stallion speaks. so polite. From the edge of the ring to the edge of your seat, I'm the